skill.
What's up? Welcome once again to Napshot Studio present
The Big Focus. Joe.
It's not going to be the usual Big Focus whereby we talk statistics, analysis, all kinds of bullshit whereby we talk positions, blah, blah, blah. No. We came up from a sizzling hot weekend.
Dude, you know what? I'm totally snuffed out, man, from our post-match. We just had our own post-match brief on what to expect for our guests, and that could be a show on its own. Just the brief. Just the pre-match brief could be a show on its own. You guys are missing out, man. You guys were not part of the stream. But anyway, Joe.
I see.
If you allow me to, I just want to just belt this out. All right?
Ooh.
You ready? You ready, big boy?
I'm ready.
Party, party, party.
Oh!
Party, party, party. Party, party, party. Joe.
Kudos to that.
How good is that signing, man?
I think it's perfect.
It was a major coup from us at the 11th hour. Life is beautiful again for an Arsenal fan.
We were awake at this. One of our friend Mark, he was like, "Hey, they are getting him. They are now getting him." Remember that?
Did you mention Mark?
Oh,
who is Mark?
Let me explain. He is none other than Mark Sancho not coming.
Mark, if you are watching, Mark, you have to vindicate yourself, man. This is a call to arm for you. Put it in your comment section. The whole Napshot Nation wants to know, where is Jadon Sancho? Where is Sancho, Joe?
Where? I don't know.
I don't know.
For a month he's been telling me he's coming. He's coming. Probably he's coming somewhere, bro.
Joe, let me do a bit of impersonation of Mark. Remember there was one episode where we asked him, how confident are you? Hey, nobody, Sancho, come on, Sancho, come on. Even on Facebook, he was very bullish about the chance of Sancho making it to Old Trafford. But what happened? Sancho didn't arrive. Who came? Tyler Street. Oh, Hancho turned up. Jadon Hancho. Right after that, Mark has not been found yet. So for those of you guys who are walking on the street, later on we will show a picture of Mark Hosege. If you see him, please return him to us. Please. We need him back. We need him back, right, Joe? We love Mark. But Mark has been running away from us. No calls unanswered, texts unreplied. Mark, if you're watching this, Mark, this is an appeal from us, from Napshot Studio to Mark Hosege. Please come back to us. We really miss you dearly, man. Right, Joe?
Yep. Miss you.
Joe, before we start proper, man, tell the crowd what should they do in order for us to grow bigger than what we are today. What should they do?
Fellas, for those watching out there, please like, share, and comment. And not only that, subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Guys, we are not only in this social platform, but we are in Twitter as well. So please like, share, comment, fill it up, guys, and just keep spreading the love everywhere, sharing it up. Guys, today's content is just going to be intense. Very, very intense. I'm sweating right now. Yeah.
Because of the post-match conference that we had just now.
Yeah.
Dude. And for those of you guys who are actually going through midlife crisis, this is a show for you to revitalize, to rekindle whatever love that was lost in between. This is the show. Because why? We've got two. Not one, not two. Other channels, I can't say for much. They probably bring one or even half a fan. We brought two Liverpool fans because we need them to explain. We need to create an inquest into that shambolic defeat at Villa Park. What happened there? Champions, Joe. 7-2. Joe, Friday night, Young Lions versus SAM or Albirex Niigata also won't come up with that kind of scoreline.
I need to share this story. A very dear friend of mine. He told me he wanted to place a bet. He said he wanted to place a bet for AOS. I told him, hey, you're out of your mind. there's no way
Uh-huh.
Liverpool will score 7 against Villa. Or there's no way Villa will score 7 against Liverpool. There's no way.
No
Bro,
way.
when I woke up and he wanted to play $100, huh? And if you
Alamak.
do your calculation, at the
Uh-huh.
point of time, AOS was $250.
You,
He would have won
we could-
shitloads of money.
Joe, we could have called him up, man, to become our investor. We need that money right now.
But no, he did not. He did not bet. We told him it's too much. Bro,
Uh-huh.
I don't know, bro. I just don't know. I woke up seeing your first text message. Liverpool was humiliated. And I was like, whoa, I need to go to live score. I went to live score. I had to wash my face and come back and see the result again.
Joe, and the funny part was, before that, a couple of Liverpool guys on my Facebook, ha ha ha, it's only half time and you guys are down, ha ha ha, 6-1, what? 6-1? Ha ha ha, it could have been more than 6, ha ha ha, it could have been a cricket score.
Yeah.
And then, 3 hours later, the ha ha no more, Joe.
Yeah, bro. You know what? Some of the Instagram stories, the United game, 3-1, 4-1, 6-1, ha ha ha, cannot wait. After that, they showed the Liverpool starting lineup. They after that,
that was the last correspondent.
Never continued.
Okay.
I think Wi-Fi problem.
Wi-Fi problem is a real issue. We have to acknowledge, Joe, that the internet connection sometimes, right, is lacking, especially after a defeat. So, Joe, let's not waste any more time. We've got a lot of people watching us, about 3 million right now, 3 million viewers right now. Please do share, subscribe. Most important, subscribe, guys. Come on, please lah. 3 more. It's free of charge anyway. Why won't you just click on the subscribe button? We are three subscription away.
They don't know how to do it. Let's teach them, okay? We just go to the YouTube app, all right? You just type the word napshotstudio. All right, it comes with a crest with a football on it and 4 stars.
There you go. Top right hand corner. You can see it for yourself right now.
You can see for yourself. And then you go to the subscribe button. Just click on it. Sudah habis, bang. Senang.
Free what? Free leh. In Indonesia they call it gratis. Pak gratis, yeah, free. Free of charge. Well, enough talk. Let's get crashing, man. We invite the happiest man in the entire universe. Right now, this guy could probably walk on water, bro. He can probably walk on water right now, okay? And he can probably live his life underwater as well, because right now he's breathing positivity. He's happy. The way he was walking, bro, he could as well. If you let him go on the SBJ, the standing broad jump mat right now, you probably need 4 mats, bro. You probably need 4 mats. This guy is jumping. Why not? His team just absolutely demolished the current champions 7-2, Joe.
Just like that. Possibly the happiest man on earth right now.
And not many channels can actually boast this fact that they have a villain in the house.
Yeah.
But without further ado, he's been here before, Joe.
Yeah.
And he had really good reviews about himself. Some even told me to replace you with him. Truth be told.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Joe,
I think he can do it.
Bring the man up. The man from the Midlands, the guy who destroyed Liverpool and saved the happiness of the entire universe so that social media will be in peace for the next 2 weeks. There we go. Devon!
What's up, guys? What's up?
Devon!
Yes, bro.
You have done so much.
Before anything, I just want to correct you, bro. You said earlier that I could go 4 standing broad jump, 4 mats. Make it 7 mats, bro. 7 mats.
Why not?
Whoa.
How are you, man? What a stupid question to ask, but I'm just gonna ask you, how are you?
Oh well, I'm still hungover from that night, man. I'm still hungover. I wake up every day, during my break. I just go to YouTube and I go to the highlights. Oh, 7-2. And I do that again, like at least 3 times a day. I mean, come on. I've been a Villa fan so long. We've had our ups and downs the past few years. So why not, right? 7-2, bro. 7-2.
And how is that news being received by your fan base, man? Because like, how are you guys receiving that news?
Oh man, Twitter's on fire, bro.
Twitter's on fire. Why not?
Twitter's on fire. So I thought I was crazy, and I thought I was like, constantly looking at the scores. But I go to Twitter and I go to, I'm being followed by a lot of Villa fans from the UK. And I'm following them as well. And they constantly, every single minute or every single hour, you can see the 7-2 up there. I think as much as it hurts for me, I think it's really, they've been suffering all this while. So it's like, they just let loose.
Yo, beautiful scene.
Oh, man.
And we all, I think from apart from Liverpool fans, of course, we all have to say the biggest of thank you to Viben and Aston Villa for saving humanity. Finally, peace has been restored to the social media world. Thank you, Viben.
One thing I think that I've never felt this good in my life for the longest time.
Joe, control yourself, Joe. Joe,
Oh,
you're a United fan. You are no better.
I'm telling you, I never felt this good in this week, man. I was like,
Okay.
And you see, having a Villa fan Jeff alone here, this is not why we had this show today. This is not why we planned this show today. No, come on. Just to praise Deepan and Villa? Nah, come on. We were here. We have to begin the fellas who got demolished as well.
Of course.
I mean, they count themselves as champions and conquerors of England. Champions.
Campeones.
Let's talk about 6, maybe. I don't know if it's 7, maybe. And they're conquerors of Europe, and they're conquerors. They even claim they said they're the world champions. Yes, world champions. All right, three of it.
Villa Park is not part of the world. It's not on Earth. That's why they didn't manage to conquer it.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, let's bring them up.
Yeah.
Let's bring them up. All right, we've introduced first. He's been here before for the quiz show. He absolutely skewed the result. It wasn't the greatest when it comes to the. I think we had the quiz show. Yeah, he came out one time. But when it comes to the comment section, when he writes in the comment, it's usually an essay, bro. For me to pick it up and read from start to finish, it requires me at least half a day. So this time I told him not to comment, so I'll bring him in person. All right, let's bring this guy up. Kamaru representing Liverpool. Hey,
Kamaru.
Si, senor. Kamaru, how are you doing, brother?
Macam.
You good? You good? Still alive and kicking,
right.
Okay. Kamaru, you are ready, yeah? I told you. Okay, I tell you already, right? In the contract, there is an exit clause. Anytime you feel that this is not your cup of tea, all right, it's easy. Just click the red button, leave the stream.
Come on, you can't just give him away like that. Come on, I think he'll survive this. No worries.
He will survive this, huh? Okay, Joe, second guy, making his appearance. First time, debutant. Just, let's all wish, all right? Again, he don't bottle his debut. Like probably Florence Cinema Pongole. Or Anthony Little. All right, but this guy, dude, superb fella. When it comes to the technical approach of the game, right, he has a good appreciation of it. We usually chat over WhatsApp about tactics, and he's usually defending Bobby Firmino's cause vehemently, passionately. And then he just also exited LFC forum, the worldwide, because he says that it's absolutely garbage. So we bring in. And also, he supports our merchandise. He almost bought 3/4 of the store already. All right, so let's bring up the man himself, Qatar YNWA. Qatar, you okay? Qatar?
Okay.
Still walking right.
I feel better ever since I got out of the forum.
Okay. Case in point, I want you to explain to the crowd why were you so passionate on Facebook?
Right. So more than the defeat to Villa, right, which was shambolic. Okay, I'll take it. It happens. Okay. More than that, what annoyed me the most was the reaction of so-called Liverpool fans on the internet. They just went ape shit about how bad this team is, how poorly we defend. Bobby Firmino had is rubbish, and they're asking Firmino to be dropped. And then prior to this, right, while we were successful, these idiots would go online and they would blast Mo Salah because they say he's very selfish. I'm telling you what, most teams and managers would give their left nut to have Mo Salah in their team.
I would agree.
Exactly. I think more than anything, this negativity surrounding the fan base kind of gets to me, because I come from a time whereby I started supporting the team more than 30 years ago. So I come from a time when we finished the League 8. Leeds won the Premier League. I sat through Blackburn lifting the Premier League. So I'm totally fine with this so-called media. You don't support a team for winning trophies. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I kind of sometimes sit and wish we didn't lift the trophy last year.
Ooh, unpopular.
Yeah, bro, and so that you don't invite fans like this who spread negativity around the fan base.
But then now they've actually tasted victory. They want more. And I think that's the basic remit, right, for you guys to actually replicate whatever success that you guys
I
had
mean, who
last.
watches sports to lose, right? Everybody wants your team to be successful.
Yeah.
Maybe Spurs.
I think.
I'm get ahead of yourself. Do not get. They were not part of this topic for now. All right.
I got carried away. Okay. but then it's great that we have Qatar as well. All right, so they will be part of this show for at least a good 20 minutes, and then right after that, we also will invite your boy. All right, Joe, you're not off the hook, huh? Remember, after this, there is an inquest also into your damn result. All right, but let's go. First and foremost, all right, the customary act for us is actually to get to the comment section first. Thick and fast right now. So the first one by ZAK. Napshotstudio. The next guy. Care to read for us?
Yeah, I'm not in the show yet. I still get mentioned. I think, guys, we have found Mark. I think he's somewhere around at home, maybe. He managed to comment, so we can call off the search.
Oh my god. And then we've got another one. What's up, everyone? Love Napshotstudio. We love you too, man. And then another one, Sancho Paitao, big time. For the benefit of those of you guys who don't understand Paitao means he absolutely bottled it. All right. And then we've got FJ, our go VIP member. All right, intense night. FJ, you wish you were part of the stream and before this whole live session. And then Alan, you Villa fan here, good vibes. You want to give a shout out, even you know him personally?
So these guys here, Alan Yu and a couple of other fellas, actually they are part of the Aston Villa Singapore fan club, the official fan club that was created by one of the guys. So I actually send them the link. I say, hey guys, come on in. I'm probably going to be the only Villa fan there, so come and just show your support. Let's roar together. So a couple of guys, and I've posted a watch list as well, so I think they're all popping in. So Alan, shout out to you. Thanks, mate.
Shout out. Big up, man, to Aston Villa Singapore. All right, let's continue. I hope you guys don't leave the stream right after Tiban leaves, all right? Because Tiban will be here start to finish. We know the trick, though. That's why we're going to keep him.
Yeah,
all right? And then they bet their Wi-Fi on the game. That's why no more tweeting after the game. And the next one. All right, our Mr. Drake look alike.
Live defending on FIFA 21 will look like, ooh, I heard FIFA 21 shit. Oh, crap.
Live demo.
That's another
Okay. We'll have another show for that, guys. No worries.
Kadir. And then Vinishwaran Maniam. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's my nephew.
Hello.
Oh, guys, hello.
Saiful Asif, that Chinese supervisor. Mana. Who is Chinese in this stream? Oh, maybe Kamal.
Me. Inside joke.
Okay. All right. YNWA. In fact, just a fun fact, that is his name. That's how I actually save his name as YNWA. Right? And then the next one, last one, JD uploads. Liverpool and Man United 6-1. Okay. Looks like we have already garnered and also mustered up enough interest for us to start. All right, this topic. First thing first, let's go with the visual. Let's see what our producer, Eric, thank you so much for the
Yes, Eric, beautiful pictures.
La, la.
I lost a lot, bro.
Oh wow, this is so lovely.
I think Kadir is the first person to hit this. Kadir, if in the event you did not watch the game, all right, you just
watched the entire game all the way to minute 93. I watch every game.
Keep your powder drivers.
Yeah, and you woke up seeing 7-2.
Yep.
How would you ever react, bro?
I think there would be a mistake in the scoreboard probably. Someone down there went apeshit with the keying in of the scores lah. 7-2.
Right. Yeah,
Bro.
Okay,
I don't think Kadir will be the only person. If I were to wake up,
Yeah. Oh my lord, looks worse.
I think it would have been worse. Okay, Kadir, let's get to it.
Yep.
How did you were watching the game, feeling it? How was it?
I mean, obviously, football is about moments, right? Before I say anything else, I think full credit to Villa. They deserve not only to win the game, they deserve to win the game by 7-2. That was the story of the game. So I think should have won by more. I think it's about moments, Villa went 2-0 up quite early in the game, and then Salah pulled one back. And then here I was thinking, I've seen this many times in this team. They have that grit to grind the result again. But the moment that killed the game was when the third goal went in. That was the deflating point, whereby
Yes.
it kind of like made the team lose belief that actually they could pull it off. Yeah. So and it happened so quickly, and the way it happened, like what Klopp said, right? I mean, you can say it's a deflected goal, but at the end of the day, a deflected goal is a very poorly blocked shot, which happened 3 times. You give players like Barkley, he's got a good shot on him, and you give him this much time to line up, he's going to hit the target somehow or other. So it happened many times, and I felt like full credit to Villa. They deserved the win, and we were very, very poor. But no need to go crazy about the result or anything. It's really it's how we play. It's how Liverpool plays. We play with fullbacks very high up, and we don't really change to adapt to the game and things like that. And we were still trying to get the game back. And at 5-2, to be honest, I still believe that maybe we could make the score respectable. Maybe not draw the game, but maybe a 5-3 or a 5-4, and then maybe the last couple of minutes might be a bit interesting because the game was quite open. But I think Jack Grealish and Barkley totally destroyed us. Tyrone Mings was out of the world. The new boy, that fullback that you guys have, what's his name?
Matty Cash.
Yeah. He had an excellent game.
Yep.
He had an excellent game. Yeah.
All right.
Well deserved.
Nice one.
Thanks,
it's
bro.
So good. It's so good for a rival fan to actually be so gracious about the defeat. But David, I just want to ask you, man, right now, of course, nobody in the right frame of mind would have actually anticipated a 7-2. Right?
Not at all.
At which point do you feel like, boy, this could be a famous result for us? At which point, David?
To be very honest, right? So I'm going to touch on this. If I had woken up and not watched the match and saw 7-2, I would have thought something was wrong with the scoreboard as well. Honestly, going into the match, my only expectation was we've invested this much over the summer. Okay, let's put ourselves against Liverpool. It's a real test because so many people has wrote us off saying that the Sheffield United game, they had 10 men, Fulham was shit, and then we won 3-0. So, the Liverpool game would have been a test for us. So I didn't expect, honestly, to get nothing out of it. I didn't expect to get anything out of it. But while watching the game, 1-0, 2-0, I was happy. But then the Villa fan in me, which I think most of my Villa boys will know, the Villa fan in us will be like, you know what? It's 2-0. We're probably going to lose 3-2 or 4-2. And then Salah scores. And then it's like, yeah, game on. But same shit every day.
Here we go again.
And then 3-1 by the deflector shot by McGinn from the corner. And then I see 4-1, 5-1. Going into halftime, I was thinking, like 4-1. Well, I'm still not so hopeful. We need to score more or we need to defend. Because I was thinking Klopp's going to go in at halftime, going to just give the speech. Klopp is a lovely man. I respect him, honestly. And he's going to inspire the players. They're going to come back and, Villa 5-4. And then start of the second half, 5-1. Honestly, until the 7th goal was scored, or rather 6th goal by Grealish, I thought we will still bottle the game.
Come on.
Honestly. No,
bro. This is not FIFA, man.
It's not FIFA, but it's the years of being a Villa supporter that it makes us so anxious. In the Championship a couple of years ago, 5-5 with Nottingham Forest, who would have expected that? So many times, leading the game last year at Villa Park against Liverpool, leading 1-0. Yeah. Last 5 minutes, we had Robertson who equalized and Mane who scored the winner. Yes. So many times. So, it was a relief, 7-2. I obviously over the moon. I'm not going to gloat about it so many times. I didn't do that to any of my friends. I was very ecstatic.
We know your social media handles, huh? We've been.
Of course. On the day itself, I did that. But in all honesty, Liverpool might have had a night off. But I think if Mane, Alisson, and Thiago was playing, the results might have been different.
Yeah, right. And let's stop there. Right now, I want to push it to Kamaru. Kamaru, doing this, you probably don't agree with that fact. But then again, I just want to touch on this man, right? My Messiah, Klopp. In terms of just his tactical setup, could he have just come in at the point whereby it was 3 or even 4-1? Could he have just thrown in that card and say, hey guys, this is damage limitation, man. Do not open up anymore. Because I was watching the match in full, of course I was. It seems like in the second half especially, they were still all guns attack. They were still trying to salvage. Like Katin also rightly mentioned, they want to make this respectable. But little did he know, the gap was now gaping. It was getting bigger and bigger. And you guys were absolutely clueless. It was so disjointed. You're probably rubbing your eyes. You didn't know that you were watching Liverpool. This was Liverpool of old. But what do you make of that, Cameron? When it comes to the tactical approach, was Klopp wrong on that night?
I think, to be honest, everyone was off lah. Definitely Liverpool as a team. I think the only bright spark was, I mean, obviously Salah. You know, he was still trying to find space and trying to hold up the ball. Nobody supporting him properly. And then, but I mean, really, not really taking away anything from Villa themselves. I mean, they really performed very, very well. I mean, the fact that I was actually very happy that they got Barkley because they really needed some
Yes.
solid, solid, solid presence in the center, so that Grealish could have some freedom up front. I mean, he has to play as a number 10. He likes to float around, ma. Then McGinn, I mean, you only have McGinn, but that's it. I mean, to me, the biggest surprise was what the striker, lah, the young striker.
Watkins.
Watkins, yep.
Yeah, seriously, Watkins was really good. He really was very opportunistic, and he really was a classic fox in the box, lah, really. He knew what to do. But I mean, touching on what you said, right? You do realize that 7-2 is actually a very Bundesliga scoreline.
Oh, yeah, but it smells Bundesliga. It does.
Yeah, so you kind of understand that RB Leipzig plays the same way. Very high pressing
pressing.
game. Even Bayern themselves, they lost against Schalke.
Yep.
So Klopp, as a manager, and as a person, he always tells all his players, other than follow my instructions, do what you want to do, what you must do, because whatever it is, even if we concede, I still love goals. You know.
Yeah.
So it's a learning lesson at the same time for players like Joe Gomez. I mean, just so happened I just read an article about Joe Gomez and how everyone's been looking at him as the weak link in the Liverpool defense. You know, and I thought, like, you know, it's rubbish lah, because I mean, come on, we won the European League, we European Cup, we won the Premier League with him along, and then suddenly this happens against Villa.
Yeah.
So it's not really helping his cause lah.
And it's like Kamrul Barra, because I want to push it to Qatar, alright? Because like I mentioned, he has a deeper appreciation of the tactical approach of the game. Look at it, when it comes to the defensive woes that has been currently on display, and this is again for us, I don't think as a neutral we are being overly reactionary, because the problem was stemmed even before the start of the season. If you remember correctly, even after the project restarts, you guys did not look impregnable, because that was again the watermark of Liverpool. They just steamrolled everybody. What do you mean of the defense? Also, I just wanted you to touch on the weak link, apparently, right, in that squad with Joe Gomez, and also another guy who received run, right, of again the defeat was also TAA. Trent. What do you mean of that, Qatar? I just want to hear it from you.
I don't buy into that lah. I mean, I think Joe Gomez, in terms of being a pure athlete, right? He's the perfect athlete to play in the centre back role. I mean, Klopp looked at him. I think the first season when he came in, and I think there's a clip online where he actually sees him and he looks at him and he says, "This guy has the perfect body, you know, like the athleticism to be a good." And you look at the way we play; he's the one making all those recovery tackles. He's the one getting back. Yeah, maybe he may not be as tactically astute as a Virgil van Dijk, but at the end of the day, you got to remember that this is a young boy who started out as a right back. You know, he's still learning. Same goes for TAA. You know, TAA started off as a winger and he's slowly learning the position. And it's no fault of his that he's been this successful, you know, over the years, because he's got such a right foot on him. So I think people are overreacting and people are forgetting the fact that these are very young footballers and they will learn from this experience. As with regards to us being so widely exposed, I think on that day is mainly because, you know, Klopp was also trying to chop and change, because I felt the players weren't taking responsibility. I expected the senior players to take responsibility on that day. Players like Virgil van Dijk, for example, like, you know, you were saying that, you know, why didn't Klopp change the tactics? Why can't the players take ownership? You're on the pitch. You tell the three donkeys in front of you, the three of them in midfield, who were basically like a sieve, you know, they were just letting everything go through.
And why was it again? Why was it like that? Because you know for sure your midfield, the trio, like whoever you can just swap or change, they have always been an omnipresence in the midfield. But I think they were holograms that day. Everybody was passing through them.
Correct. I think the balance was a little bit off on that day, because you had Diego Jota coming in. It's his first full debut in the Premier League for us. Then you've got Naby Keita, who tends to be a little bit more attacking, and then you've got Gini here trying to be that engine room, you see. So in that sense, sometimes he does get the balance wrong. I feel personally, like him or not, I think Hendo brings that stability there, that leadership in midfield. You know, I think if Hendo was around, it may have been different. He might have been the one to say, guys, we got to hold the midfield just for this next 5 minutes so that we don't concede stupid goals, so that we have a chance in the game. So I felt Virgil didn't really, as a captain, didn't take ownership that day. I'm not blaming him, but I'm just saying that I felt that maybe he could have just, said, okay, boys, like the three of you in front, I want you to fall back. Maybe, Genie drop deep a bit. Genie and Fabinho in front of me, provide a little bit of a curtain. We're going to hold this game for the next 5 minutes. We're going to play on the counter. We've got two quick players. We've got Shota, we've got Mane. We try and change the way we approach the game a little bit rather than, continuing to do that. And then, sillily enough, we let Barkley get that kind of time and space outside the box, and then he takes a shot, it gets deflected, it goes in like that, and then you can see the hit start to drop again. Yeah, so I don't buy that it's really the fault of one player or something, because Klopp was also trying to chop and change. He brought on Milner, then he tried to go to a back three, and the players are learning to adapt to this as well. So, and that was when you saw TA made that mistake.
Sorry, just to interject. Could it be a game too soon for Liverpool? Because we all do know of the short turnaround, right?
Yeah.
Having the lack of preseason. Was that again a game too soon for Liverpool? Do you reckon?
From my experience, looking at the way Klopp actually, builds his team, right? He needs that preseason. Preseason is very intense for Liverpool. Like they do double or triple sessions a day. So he's got that junior Klopp looking guy, right, with the beard. He's the fitness guy he got from Bayern Munich. So that guy would actually work them through the paces. So, and Klopp and many managers, not only Klopp, have been saying about the fact that they didn't have a proper full preseason. And you can see from the results, Man City shifting 5 goals in against Leicester, that never happens. They invested so much in their squad. I still rate them. I think they're a bloody solid team. And they are shipping 5 goals. United shipping 6 goals the other day. It happens, lah. It happens.
It just happens. Okay. I understand.
I'd like to just chime in. It's exactly what Kadir said. Not all teams have the pleasure to blame one person in their team for the loss.
True.
I would definitely blame one person in my team.
Joe.
No. You already buy him already.
Stop being a woman, Joe. Relax yourself. You will come to that. We will cross the bridge, all right? Once we get to the water, all right? Like, just relax yourself first. But Joe, I know you are ready to go, man. You want to ask Steven a question about Aston Villa? Fire away.
Kadir was talking about his 3 in the park, 3 in the middle, whereby it was kind of sloppy. But your 3 in the middle was, I think they've had a magnificent display, especially these two guys, Grealish and Barkley. I think Barkley was a perfect buy for you guys. All right. So, what do you make of your tactical display on that day?
Honestly, Barkley was a very solid signing. It was either going to be Barkley or RLC. I personally wanted Barkley, and to be honest, it seemed like Barkley didn't want to move because he wanted to fight for his place, and we were going to land RLC. But the day that Barkley's transfer was announced, out of nowhere, nobody expected this because he was on the bench the night before for the Carabao Cup.
Okay.
Barkley coming into the team actually offers Grealish the freedom to be in the number 10 role and to move around. If you had watched that Liverpool game, he was moving around everywhere. Barkley was there Barkley was the number 8 that we have been missing all these years, or rather since we came up. No hard feelings to Horihan. He's good, dead ball specialist, but he is not on the same level as Barkley. McGinn is that engine. He runs. He runs tirelessly. He runs around the field. He was there as the workhorse. And honestly, Douglas Luiz, he didn't have anything to do that day. Ever since Project Restart, Douglas Luiz has been the man. He and Konza, they've been the outstanding players for Villa. But the past 2 games, Fulham and Liverpool, he's had nothing to do. And I don't blame him. It's because that's how much the defense have improved. Firstly, we have all 4 backline of English players: Cash, Konza, Mings, and Target. So those 4 guys guarding the back, he doesn't have to track back much. And with Grealish and Horihan for the Fulham game, and the attacking wise, Watkins, we had Samata last season. He came in, he did shit all. He was a panic buy. Okay, we had Wesley. Wesley was coming good, but he got injured. But if you see Watkins play, he doesn't play as that number 9 striker. He's actually drifting because he's a left wing. He was a left wing when he started at Brentford. So he drifts out of the position. He gets the defenders to follow him. It opens up play for Grealish, for Barkley all to go in. If you have seen all the goals, Watkins is moving everywhere. That's the kind of team play that Villa needs to do. And it's a good thing. Barkley was, I think, the best buy for Villa this summer. Or even if it's a loan.
Wait, David. Over my boy, Emi Martinez.
I was about to say that. I think
Oh well.
Martinez,
I'll give you a chance. I'll give you a chance to rethink.
If that's the case, right, then I've got to go with Martinez, Barkley, Cash, Watkins. The players that came in this season, all of them, they've been good. But no, honestly, no. Martinez was brought in to shore the defense, to be that keeper, and he has done it. Credit to him, yes. But even if Martinez was there and we had no player like Barkley, going forward, we wouldn't be able to unlock defenses.
Very said.
Yeah.
Alright, perfect. Joe, it's good. That's only half done. All right, that's partially done. We are going to speak more about the game, but right now, let's hit the comment section. Let's see what we have in store for us. Let's see if there's anything on. Okay, there you go. Football Wizards. Big up. It was also crazy to see Aston Villa brought down a Titan with no goals from set pieces, headers, and penalties. Yeah, man. That is something that people don't actually analyze, right? It was all from
actually, there was a header. Watkins' hat trick was a header. It was a perfect hat trick, left, right, and header.
Yeah.
And then McGinn's goal was from actually a corner, a deflection. Yeah.
I think what he meant to say was actually a corner kick, perhaps.
Probably free kick. Yeah.
Probably. And then also, Alan, exactly. Only Villa fans will understand this. This is probably alluding to whatever Devon made mention of. Even 7-2 up, he's still not confident. Right? And then the next one, Devon had to give it to Villa. They were all over Liverpool. In truth, it could have been a cricket score easily.
Yep.
All right. And then the match shows how Liverpool is actually dependent on Sadio, Mane, and Alisson. The next one, Vinix Warren. How would the Liverpool fans expect to see Klopp switch it up after this result? Yeah, probably. Cameroon, you quickly want to take this up first, buddy? How would you expect Klopp switching up, or would he still be the same Klopp?
Yeah, go.
If it's not broken, don't fix it, man.
Still gonna be the same fella lah, please. He's still not gonna. He's still gonna be. He's still gonna smoke outside the stadium before coming in with his beer. Wear the cap. Then after that, all he does is just hug everyone. Good game.
Wait, is that true though? Is that true though? That Klopp, it seems like he's completely daft when it comes to tactical approach and the management of it. But I'm very sure this guy is a genius in his own kind, right? When it comes to tactics and formation.
I mean, to be honest, we have a lot of doubts lah with former players who become managers lah. I mean, for your example is Mikel Arteta, Ole. For us, actually, Klopp used to be a defender, mah.
Yep.
Even Conte used to be a defender as well.
Okay.
He became a striker at one point.
He was everywhere.
He was everywhere.
Okay.
And then, so from there, like people think, because they only have a very one-dimensional approach to football, right?
True. Yeah,
so you think that, like for Mikel Arteta, the beauty of it was that he actually basically OJT with Pep at Man City. And then after that, he came over to Arsenal and started to put in the Arsenal way lah, which is, I mean, really to me is a relief because I really cannot stand Unai Emery's football. I really cannot take it.
You didn't know what I had to go through.
Yeah, but other than that, like Lampard himself, it's a bit difficult for him because Mourinho was before this.
Okay. So in saying that, do you have that utmost belief that your manager Klopp has it in him to actually switch it up right now? Like again, whatever the question that's now being asked, do you think he will switch it up right after the result?
I think he will just let the international break take its course and then make sure everyone is really rested. But the beauty about this game is that the 7-2 defeat, to me, I wasn't worried that much.
Okay.
Because it really does happen to even bigger teams like Bayern or Barca.
Okay.
So for us to actually fall, it's fine. For me, it's fine because we will still need to recover. It will give them a bit more motivation to actually start the games back again.
All right. Okay.
International break this one, yeah.
I think we had to take this. I saw Kadir had a moment there when he read this comment. Our techniques are getting exposed. It's clear for everyone to see. Kadir, come on. As a United fan, I have seen Liverpool play as well. Tactics are getting exposed. No, every game, you guys, your approach is different. So
exactly. I don't know what game this guy's been watching. You've seen out of nowhere James Milner pop in at left back. You think that is a personnel change or that's a tactical change? I'll leave it for you to answer.
Good one. Son of Aphrodite. People are overreacting because Liverpool are champions, and this result was coming, to be honest. After lockdown restart, the 4-0 loss, and now 7-2. Liverpool are the only champions to lose like this. Wow.
Oh, come on.
That's overly damning, right?
Really?
Nah.
Kel also chimed in. Klopp keeps playing the high line and is being exposed. Watford, Atletico Madrid, and Villa. Will Klopp keep sticking to metal football with a season so packed? Kathir, what do you think? Man? Is this time for
Let me
him?
put it to you this way. Yeah, maybe we play the high line and we ship in a couple of goals, but at the end of the day, we went. How many games was it unbeaten last year? Playing the same way? I can't remember. I lost count. 40 something, 50 something. I don't know. Nobody could do that. Yeah.
But
So,
still,
I mean,
You should know how many games, right? I mean, did they beat
what is Arsenal's record? I don't know.
49, Kathir.
49.
Remember that.
What was
Behave. 40. Behave.
40. Okay.
Behave.
Still impressive considering the kind of opposition that we have. I mean, we had to go through City twice. We had to go through United. Yeah, I mean, we will definitely lose games. It's football. That's life. We will lose games. We will ship in goals, but it's just a matter of how we keep the fire and desire within the boys. I mean, I'm looking at like the Instagram reaction from all the players is pretty positive. They understand what happened, and then now we just like what Kamaru said. Let the international break take its course. They will go back. They will reflect. They'll come back hopefully refreshed. I think to answer the earlier question, I think Klopp will not make heavy changes to the team. I think it was not a game whereby it was a matter of tactics. It was, like I said, it's just a game of moments. I think there were moments in the game that just happened and it just deflated the team. I think he's been long enough in the game to understand that.
Actually, guys, I just want to add on. Go ahead, Kamro. Go ahead.
Sorry. I mean, to be honest, actually, he kind of solved the problem already by bringing in Thiago.
Yeah.
Yes, because that's the thing. Like you might you might expose us at the back because we leave a lot of space at the back. But having Thiago to control the game, Fabinho to actually cover tackles and all that, and we have Wijnaldum and still we have Hendo. Milner still can put in a very good shift.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Evan, on to you. Ready?
No, I have this thing that I honestly think is the reason for for upsets this season, such high scoring and all. I mean, let's be honest here, okay? As if the fans were in attendance, to be very honest, even at Villa Park, we might have either drew, even if we had won, wouldn't be 7-2, either drew or lost the game. Let me tell you why. I think the fans are very fickle. I think I'm talking about all fans all over the world for every club. They're very fickle. When their team does well, they're going there, cheering on. When their team doesn't do well, they're slating the team. They're whacking the players. Yes, for Liverpool's first goal, Adrian made a mistake. You got to give it to he did. Gomez made a mistake, but the amount of backlash they got was out of the world. The way Twitter really whacked them was really out of the world. Now Villa as well. If Villa was playing in front of the crowd, if the crowd was there, if the fans were there, and if let's say we had missed one of the goal, let's say Watkins has missed the first goal, and somehow it didn't go in, they would have slated him, hammered him to the extent where he probably would have lost confidence playing in front of the crowd. So I really think not having the crowd this season across all matches, Liverpool 4, Leeds 3, Man City losing 5-2, and Everton winning, beating Southampton 5-2, Man U 6-1, Villa 7-2. I think the crowd not being there plays a big factor in the confidence of the players.
Yeah, can I just add on to Deben? I think what you hit the nail on the head. Imagine when Mo Salah scores that goal, makes it 2-1, right? The mood in the stadium will totally change.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, true.
It will.
And I think, remember, Joe, we had this, when we spoke to Jeremiah, he mentioned that the strength in Liverpool is not only the way they play, it's the fans. They draw a lot of inspiration from the noise that they receive, being home or away. So I think right now, this is the biggest factor that's affecting Liverpool, and it's apparent for everyone to see right now.
And hence my annoyance when I read all these things, because if you've been at Anfield or you've been with the travelling fans, you know how they are.
Yeah.
You could be 5-0 down, they'll still be singing.
I can give you guys an example. Back in 2014, I was in the UK, so I was watching a live Villa game. Villa was at Crystal Palace, so I was the Holt end. This is where all the Villa fans are, the massive ones, right? So the game drew. It was a 0-0. Okay, it was 0-0. But when Benteke missed an open goal at the Holt end, the amount of hatred they gave him, the amount of hate, the amount of the way they whacked him, right? You could see from the stand that his face, that his confidence was dropping. Why? Why do you want to whack your own fans just because they miss it? I know you guys are passionate. We are all passionate. Come on, right? We want, if we lose, we win. We're all passionate. We can't show it there physically because we are on this side of the world. But the way they are slating the fans, I find that unacceptable. And
sometimes they go really overboard.
Yeah. Joe, the next one that we have again from Michael Ismail, a really disgruntled fan, especially on Facebook, and he was the same. Joe, I know you have something to say against this guy, Joe. Go on, Joe.
Alright.
I'll let you have your moment.
Club needs to change the formation seriously. If not, we are doomed. I think, guys, Kamaru, Kadir, I think I could chime in this for this guy.
Bro, you go.
Michael, Club doesn't need to change the formation. He doesn't need to change the players. It was just a one-off day. Villa got the better of it. All right. Trust me, Heikel. Trust me. Liverpool will be back. All right. They are not champions of Europe. They're not champions of England. They're not champions of the world for fun. Heikel, hang in there. I see a Thiago picture with the Champions League. Change it to
We'll bring Everton back down to earth, buddy. Don't worry. We're flying now.
Until that, Heikel, he don't need to change the formation. He don't need to.
And you know what? Before I read this comment up, right? I really want to be a fly on the wall right after the match. I want to be Liverpool's dressing room. Kamaru, what do you think Klopp's reaction would be right after the match? Will he continue hugging them?
He will. I trust you. He will.
Kamaru is one guy. You will never want to bring Kamaru to be part of a debate. You just don't get anything out of him.
Kamaru is like, you ask him a question, I lepas
I think Klopp would have gone into the dressing room and the first thing he would have said was "Wow."
Wow.
That's what he said. No. Let's be honest. He said "Wow" because I think he was genuinely shocked with the result. So he would have gone in and said "Wow" and then did what he possibly would have done.
All right, the written
To
leg
be
and
honest,
the
I
will be
think-
Sorry?
Oh yeah, I can't wait for that one.
If he came into the dressing room, he'll probably talk about how impressed he was about with the Villa midfield and how they were like challenging every person who was a red on the field at that point of time. Just like how he really appreciated Leeds in the first game. Every challenge, every ball was challenged by Leeds player.
And Joe, and that's the thing about Klopp, right? As much as you like to hate the club that he's managing, but him as a person, he's so magnanimous, man.
Yes.
Especially in defeat, right? And that is really a good true quality of a really beautiful human being.
Yeah.
The Villa result has been coming for a long time already. Oh, I can chime in with that as well. Lim Shang Ji Kieron. I'm so sorry, Lim. I've actually butchered your name, man. You should have just stuck with 2 names.
What's up, Kieron?
Just 3 syllables. Hey, Shadiq, long time no see. Shadiq, where you go? Especially after the Villa result. Also nothing. COVID-19 sucks. One by one, Liverpool players added. No, not you. Right now. Yeah, even Kieran cheered for us. Yeah, so he is a major doubt for the City's game. Oh, damn it. Calvin, I see teams looking for their past mistakes against Liverpool and coming good on making a game out of it. And then defending this season in the EPL has been inconsistent. Yeah, true. Must be the kazoo. What a sponsor, man. What a sponsor.
No, actually, there's actually a comment above that. I think you want to bring that up. That's why he said must be a kazoo.
Oh, that's what.
Yeah.
Okay, as an Everton fan, I have a question for all 3 guests. How bewildered are you that only Villa and Everton have? Oh, okay. That's why now it makes sense.
Yeah.
How confident are you all about your tables turning during the next game against Everton, given our dismal record with you all? So he's obviously an Everton fan, I guess.
Yep.
Judging by the tone.
Evertonian,
Evertonian. All right, that's good. We have an Evertonian, Kel. Wow, that's good. Wow, did I just call you Kel? No, Joe.
Yeah.
Okay, before we touch on the Merseyside derby, right, that is really on the horizon. You want to, again, from Devon, the kazoo. Is the strength now in the sponsor?
Yes.
Kazoo.
You never know. Kazoo might have bribed the entire EPL.
But then before we move over to our Liverpool fans, I just want to get your I just want you to chime in as well. For Villa right now, but whoa, what a perfect start! You couldn't have asked for more. 3 out of 3. What will be expectation like right now for you and the whole Villa fan base?
Sure. So I think I speak on behalf of all Villa fans worldwide when I say this. The expectation still stays the same.
Okay.
Survival.
You
So
sure?
yeah, let's be honest here. So I've got a couple of inputs.
Okay.
I know you'll ask this question. Let me tell you why, right? Okay.
You're too modest, man. You're too modest. Come on.
No, bro. I'm going to be honest here, bro. Okay, we've already gotten 25% of the total points we got last season. We got 36 points last season in 38 games. We already got 9 points now. Okay.
Right.
Now, why am I saying it's still survival? Because the league is still too early. We've only played 3 games. We yet to play Man City. The game got postponed because of City's Champions League involvement, right?
Okay.
And the next game is against Leicester, and Leicester's a team that does well. They may have lost 4-0 or 3-0 to West Ham, but they are a very strong unit. Subsequently, the games are against Leeds. Leeds, you got to give it to Bielsa. The fella's a genius.
Yes.
After that, we're playing Southampton. We lost to Southampton 2 times last season. I thought those were 2 games were winnable games.
Okay.
And we're playing Newcastle after. So these 4 games on paper looks winnable, easy, at least a maximum of 9 out of 12, or at least even a 10 out of 12. But that's on paper. We don't know which team will turn up that day. We don't know if it's the Villa team that played against Sheffield United, or if it's the Villa team that played against Liverpool. We've got to wait for the next match to see if in the Leicester match we can at least play at the same level we played against Liverpool. With Barkley and Grealish and Watkins and the entire team. Let's give it to them. We still got Bertrand Traore who can come in as a sub.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Trezeguet, I've got to give it to him. He was slated last season. People are saying, ship him off to Turkey. We don't need him and all that. But look at him this season. He's worked his socks off. He's running back and forth. He's defending. He's really playing for his place in the starting 11. So I think the Villa players have the hunger. It's the ultimate goal is still survival. But honestly, I think with this team, I can confidently say we can finish between 10. 8 will be a bonus, but I think 10 to 12.
Okay, perfect. Right, let me just go to Kamaru. I know you have a question for Katir. Just awaiting. But
Yeah.
sorry, Joe. Let me just go first and push this to Kamaru first. Kamaru, I just want you to take this on. He actually asked about the Everton game, all right? And but before you do that, how confident are you that you are going to turn the table around right now, after again the abysmal performance you had at Villa Park?
Yep.
Well, I was really happy that. I was really happy last season when they got Ancelotti. I was very surprised because who would have expected such a renowned Italian manager who has managed Real Madrid, Bayern to come to Everton, come to Merseyside. Now he's basically neighbours with Klopp. And I guess the Everton board must have really believed in whatever the plan that Ancelotti put on the table. Getting James Rodriguez to come to Merseyside is no big deal, no small thing, And getting Allen from Napoli, who is a really good player.
Oh, that was the best.
Alan,
But to me, surprisingly, Dokore was a very good buy to me. Really,
He could have landed himself in any of the top 6 sides.
Yeah, he was really, really good as a DM for Watford.
Yep.
So, not taking away anything from both Villa or Everton, right? I think they might be able to really challenge for at least one of them to be in top 6 or top basically top mid-table. Villa shouldn't aim for top mid-table anymore, because with whatever they have, the magic that they did during the transfer and what they did to us, right? If the same team, like what Steven said, if the same team actually keeps coming up over and over again, the same team that came out against Liverpool, I think they can really challenge. They can become the next Wolves.
Oh yeah, true.
I was thinking Leicester, but yeah, Wolves is fine. No, come on. It's written there, right? Leicester first season back, avoided relegation, finished 17, avoid relegation, next season won title. People say we did a Fulham, but I think we might do a Leicester then.
And if you do that, you come in under my full blessing, because in that season when Leicester won, we finished 3rd or 2nd. So we are back in Champions League. Take it.
Come on,
full blessing.
Guys try to challenge for the titles as well. Come on.
But Joe, you got a question for Kadir, right? Before we actually drop it off for a while.
Just a simple one, Kadir. You guys came back from this. What is the one thing that you want to change going into Everton's game?
Wow, I think more than anything is the mentality of the players. I think they need to believe that this is whatever happened prior to this is out the window. This is a derby game. It's a derby game like unlike anything else. No fans at Anfield. So they need to believe that they're going to turn this game around. It's not going to be easy, because I really rate Everton very highly. The signings that they have made, like you said, Alan is a superb signing. How they pulled it off, I have no idea. And you guys
Ancelotti.
When you guys, Arsenal should be getting Alan.
But we got a better one.
Yeah, Michael Keane looks like a new player.
Arte.
He looks like he's
Yeah.
going to walk into the England team.
True.
So yeah, many players look like they've got so much confidence, and then it's going to be such a tough game. I'm looking forward to it as always. I hope we don't bottle it. I think a win would be at this point a bonus, but I think the players should be thinking, at least don't lose the game. Don't lose ground on the leaders so early in the season.
That's
All right,
realistic.
come in. Just a quick one. If in the event you guys
Yeah.
bottled it against Everton, things go wrong, it's a 3-0. Is it a worrying sign to say that, hey, look, we need to really check ourselves right now?
Yeah, good question.
I don't think so. I think it's because Liverpool have set such high standards that you haven't actually seen them have a dip in form. So if it happens, then it just means that the team is going through a dip in form. It will take its course. I think they will lose 3-4 games maybe, and then the cycle will repeat. It's just that I think we have been a victim of our own success. They've been so successful. The boys have hardly put a foot wrong. Even when they lost to Atletico, the game, how it turned out, at the end of the whole thing, they still had a good game. It went to extra time. We lost on the away goal through. That was terrible. I still don't know why away goals rule apply when on the two-legged game. So I think it's just that we've been so successful, and eventually, if there's a dip in form, I think Klopp will know what to do. I think the players will just have to go through the cycle, and then they will bounce back. I don't think it's very
It seems like they are right now a victim of their own success. But before we actually again drop you off, I just got another question. When it comes to Adrian, this subject is really decisive. It's almost bipartitional. A lot of them right now, his confidence must be on the floor.
Yeah,
and he got slated really badly because of that one goal. But he actually set the chain of event. It was a total domino effect. And now you know for sure that you have to stick with him for the next 4 weeks at least. Your thoughts on Adrian and again him being lambasted online, especially on Twitter.
I hope the players have the mental strength to turn off all these things. It is what it is. Being a professional footballer, part and parcel of it is getting this kind of lambasted by fans and stuff. I know, earlier this year, Nico Williams had to turn off his Instagram. Poor boy was getting slated. So you don't. At the end of the day, you don't know whether these are Liverpool fans or opposition fans going in to do funny things. I have no idea. But at the end of the day, he has to prove that he has the mental strength to bounce back. I think he has to prove to the team over the course of the next. I think they're only going to get 2 or 3 days of training together. He's got to prove that his confidence hasn't really been shaken. He had good games. I mean, every keeper makes mistakes. I mean, he makes his fair share of mistakes. Alisson made mistakes last year against Leicester. I think he was trying to dribble in the box, right? So keepers make mistakes. It's very normal. De Gea had a dip in form. Lloris went through it. So many keepers went through it. So I think as long as he has that mental strength, at the end of the day, he's a European Cup winner. He helped us win the Super Cup. So I think we need to owe him a debt of gratitude. I think the fans forget that. I mean, he is still a Premier League goalkeeper, played in West Ham for that many years. I think you just deal with it. You do what you have to do. I hope he has the mental strength.
All right, sweet. Joe, that's about it. We're going to drop them off right now. Maru, Steven, and also Katin. But not to worry. Right after this, we're going to reel them in because we are going to go through some transfer grading. Okay, so guys, I'm just going to drop it off right now in the background, but you guys will be back soon.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so now the next one to be dropped. Done. Woohoo! Just off. What a good one. What a good one.
Han, I've got to say, these Liverpool fans, very optimistic, very well said. I mean, they are not giving up. And good to go.
That's why we invited them. That's why we invited them. We don't invite just anybody. We go. You know how rigid on our interview process. The way we curate all our guests. You guys will be shitting your pants, man.
Exactly. Very simple. You go drink. Okay, we come on board. That's it.
All right. Then of course, the next one. Oh, the next one, Joe.
This is very, very beauty.
You have to pray to whichever God you believe in. You gotta thank all the lucky stars they were alive, because if not, your phone will explode. Because at that point in time, you were already being bombarded. I remember we actually connected. We actually stayed connected throughout the whole 90 minutes. You were not this Joel. You were a monster. If only they knew the monstrosity that you actually displayed on WhatsApp. It was crazy. The language used was definitely not fit. It's definitely not fit for me to actually just reenact or do a bit of a re-account. You went again, like Carter mentioned, ape shit. You went completely ballistic. Okay. But before we do that, let's just take a bit of comment as well. We got Asin Dino Villa for Europa. Hey,
That's my
Okay.
brother.
if Villa gets Europa, means Arsenal not higher Champions League. Okay, Asin, I take that in. I'll take that in. No problem at all. And then right after that, dude, look at this guy. He has yet to purchase Chelsea's kit for this season, and he wants to buy an Aston Villa one. Let me
Look,
just bring you
Bring
this.
it up,
Steven,
this fella.
Villa gets to Champions League, I will buy you next season kit. Oh, he will buy for Timon.
He'll buy,
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, if I'm not wrong, Deepan is looking for a jersey. I think just buy it for him, like
And then this one, Nazrin bin Sanin. Alamak, go SAF Warriors. This one, SAF Warriors completely defunct already.
Yeah, I think it's gone and done and dusted, man.
No longer in existence. Those were
No.
the days. Those were the days.
Oh,
Everton 4. Wow. If this happened,
oh,
we bring in Kadir again. See whether he will remain so zen like the way he was just now. He was the epitome of calmness. He was so relaxed. But if let's say this scoreline comes to a realization, we invite him again.
Yep.
We see how he reacts to this one.
He won't be like this and say, "Hey, it's not gonna happen."
You say like, Anwari, you know what? Last week, delete that video. I want them to know me as right now today. This is a brand new me. Delete whatever video you had of me of last week. This is a new me. A new persona for Kadir. Romero and Anderson better than this. Adrian, relax. Matic, relax.
I was reading some article saying that Liverpool should have actually gotten Romero, and I felt that
No, we will discuss that. In a more lengthy fashion right after this. Manchester United snapshot. Be right back. Gotta keep my blood pressure in check. Okay. Now, come back. Make sure you come back.
Come back.
Okay.
Come back.
Now it's time. We introduced you first. This guy, last week, he did really poor. He fared really badly for his snapshot predictor. This week, he did no better. It is almost alike. He might as well don't participate in this predictor game already. But then again, we must have him, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a pleasure to have him. It's always such an honor to have him. But the thing is, I couldn't find him this week.
Oh, where did he go? He completely disappeared into thin air,
Yeah, I tried to. It went to the extent where I had to call the Malaysian government and go and look for him in his house. Like, hello, are you okay?
I saw the Instagram story. You actually tagged him. Where are you? And then you also tag the Malaysian government, their own brand of ICA to check up on this guy because we were worried. We were really genuinely worried. But he thought we wanted to banter him. But of course we won't do that, right, Joe?
No, come on. I just want to ask him how does the nasi lemak taste on Monday morning. I mean, that's all I wanted to ask. That's it.
Oh, but you know what? He actually posted a picture, a couple, and also nasi lemak. He said, "It's time to recharge." Recharge what? Why was his battery flat? He didn't text anybody anyway. So why was his battery flat?
I was very worried. But let's not delay anything. Get him on board here and let's just see what is he up to. Guys,
all right. Are you ready?
Always bring this guy up. He's our hype. He's up, fellas. It's time for the mayor.
Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer. Let it be. Let it be, okay? Let it be. Let me, okay? Chill, huh?
I've got to say this, man.
I just give you bunga only, okay?
Mayor, I've got to say this, man. Jokes and banters aside, but I think this is by far your best ever entrance. The
guitar, bro.
And it was much sweeter because you lost.
Yeah.
Yes, let it be.
Let it be.
For whatever reason that Liverpool still lost, the most important thing is I am loyal.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. That is why
we don't switch team just because the team lost 7-2, 10-2, 10-1, 15-1. I don't give a shit.
Wait, why so angry? Why so angry?
No. I'm not angry. Just telling you.
Okay, Mayor, but okay. Today's song is Let It Be after 7-2.
Yes.
The next time you face Everton, All right. Again, if you guys get trounced by them, the next song is Let It Go, Frozen.
Yeah.
Let it go, let it go.
Before I can sing that song, I have to find the chord first, bro.
Mayor, how are you, Mayor? Everything okay or not? Everything good?
Everything is okay. Just a little bit of down with a little bit of the weather, lah. You know, hot.
Have you recovered though? Have you recovered?
Recovered so far, so good. And about the recharge, actually not recharge, refuel.
Oh, refuel. Okay, we
The
read it
nasi
wrong.
lemak was the refueling. Yes, I said that's true.
Okay.
A lot of people, actually, to be honest with you guys, a lot of people were texting me, "Hey, how you feeling? Are you okay?" You know, I said, I was like, "Huh?
Worried,
Okay."
Mayor. You were worried.
Yeah, okay, lah. But the thing is, a loss is a loss. You have to accept it. Villa is a hell of a team to play with Liverpool that day. Remember what I said the moment when we saw the video of Barkley hugging Jack Grealish. I said, that's it. This is something that's going to happen.
That's done.
That's done. Yeah, I mean, to look at it, I said, wow. They
That's
got
like
Barkley.
That's like Optimus Prime, Joe, hugging Bumblebee.
Yeah, man.
It's
Done.
like done and dusted.
Done.
Yeah,
So,
it was like the Heart Foundation. You know the Heart Foundation?
Mayor,
Last time?
Mayor, if you continue with this trend, coming in with all these really bombastic entrants, I will lose you to the bigger TV station. Confirm they will take you off.
Definitely.
But make sure, Mayor, whatever it is, you have to stick with us. Let it be.
You know what? You know what, guys?
Uh-huh.
No napshot, no mayor, bro.
Oh.
Mayor, for that, I wish Everton win just by a slight margin only. The next time they meet you.
Okay, since you are going through there, let me ask you this one question.
Okay.
I want to go to this question.
Okay, go ahead. Faster.
Gunnosaurus.
Mayor, Gunnosaurus anthem was Let It Go. Yours is Let It Be. His was Let It Go. Let It Go.
Are we going to talk about this later on?
No.
Or are we going to do it now?
No, Gunnosaurus did not pay me airtime, so I will not promote him. It's done. It's done. Extinct club, all right? But Mayor, you see, once you make your entrance today, the oracle is back. Less time polishing, more time predicting. That's why you're predicting. Cock up. And then, Rasvinder. Ras is also in the stream. Ras, come on, Ras, be United.
I love you, Ras.
Ras, now we are going to talk about United. I want you to, again, go completely ham. Go completely ham. Baik, nice song. And then Matic, baiklah Mayor, berjiwang. And then tragedy Oktober ke Mayor? Mayor, jiwang lah. And then,
Right.
Faisal also agree with me. Mayor, Frozen lah. Power lah, Mayor, love you and that shot very much. And then Nigel Gill chiming in as well. You all solid lah. Steady, Mayor. This Mayor, bro.
Wow.
Thanks for him.
Hey, bro. Fabricio Romano. Mayor to Astro Arena. Here we go. But no. Mayor has already pledged his allegiance to Natural Studio. Astro, you want to buy Mayor? Contact me. Okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Go through.
Everybody has a price at the end of the day.
Go through there. Hey, there. Don't talk there.
Okay, next one. Come on.
Why did you bring the Mayor info? You see, Mayor started off the topic Gunnosaurus, but Mayor, this team got one dinosaur inside also. What Gunnosaurus?
Actually, I don't want to go there, Joe, but you mentioned it. There's one dinosaur inside there. I think that dinosaur inside that team starts with M is Milo dinosaur.
Okay.
I would have said something way off, but since it's live TV, let's keep it 13 then.
Let's sanitize alright this event because right now we are getting ahead of ourselves. We bring on another guest. He has been waiting for the past 1 hour plus, in the background.
Come on.
Alright, we gotta give him a medal, right after this, Joe. It's your counterpart, someone to actually spar with you so that you will not be left alone, because I know Mayor will go hard on you boys. Alright. He's also making his debut. I mentioned to him off air just now. Make sure your debut does not turn out like what Bebe was to you all. Okay. And also
You're not to be Nicholas Bender, don't worry.
and this is scored more than Baby did. All right, so just behave yourself. Huh? All right. So without further ado, making his debut, first time making it to Napshot Studio, we welcome another devil in the house, Mr. Muhammad Yaya.
Hello, hi.
What's up, Yaya? How you doing, bro?
What's up, man, Yaya? Who? Welcome
good?
to Napshot.
Yaya, you okay? Yaya? I
okay,
hope
okay.
you waiting. I hope you waiting in the background did not bore you to death. Luckily, you are still awake.
No. Yeah.
Okay, but you're ready to go right now because this one will really kill half of your sanity. Yeah. Okay. All right, but so if Yaya is ready, we all are ready as
I'm
well.
ready. Yep.
Okay, let's go with the result. It was supposed to be talk of the town. It was supposed to be the biggest shock to the system. Look at the last one. For those of you guys who are looking at this visual, just scroll right to the bottom. And United 1, Tottenham Hotspur 6. Let's give Yaya our guest, right, the due honor. You'll start first. First and foremost, of course, let's not discount the fact that Spurs are a good side as well, especially now that they are managed by Mourinho. He's always up for the big game. But surely, Yaya, playing at Old Trafford with all the riches that you have, the quality that you possess, that result should never be a reality. What do you make of that, Yaya? Let's go, man. Let's hear from you.
Okay, basically, when the result came out with 6-1 at Old Trafford, it's quite saddening. And then the way that our captain defend, I have no further comments, lah. You know. Joel knows the person that he wanted to speak about. Basically,
Take it away. Do not spoil my night, please. I had enough of this fella. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Let him continue.
and then I felt the game changer was when Anthony Martial got a red card. Got a red card for that, and then we had 10 men down for the next, I would say, good 65 minutes more.
Yep.
And yeah, so it really changed the game a lot because Tottenham have one more man extra, and United have one man less, and boom, 6 goals went in.
But I'm sorry to cut in. I'm sorry to cut in. But even before the signing off, right, it wasn't as if the game was on a balance. It was clear to see. It was clear as if that Spurs was on the ascendancy. So even without again the influence of the red card, you guys were not playing well. Although you haven't said that you guys had the penalty, right, in the first minute, and that was supposed to just crash the floodgate. It didn't happen. Instead, it actually gave the impetus to Spurs to go on full attack. What do you make of that? Yeah, shoot. I know it's early, man. The thing is, Joe, I really sympathize with Ole. You know, in football, sometimes they say you don't want to score too early in the game, right, Mayor? Because as a manager, you know, right now you're in a really sticky situation. Should I stick or should I twist? Especially when you have such an early lead. A 1 minute penalty, a second minute penalty.
Yeah.
But then right after that, why did you think that Spurs were then all over you? Right after that first goal.
Basically, Mourinho is one of the main factor. Mourinho be one of the main driving force behind it because he wants to get it over with United, and at the same time they have their players on the field because from what I see on their lineups, just a moment, especially for Hotspurs, they had Holberg, Ndombele, and Soko. Those three hard-working midfielders holding the game as much as possible and to push forward. Not to mention about Son and Lamela driving crazy for both wingbacks.
Okay.
Shaw is out of the world, and Maguire marking Shaw for the first goal. You know, and it's very shameful.
Look at the dismay of Yaya's face, man. He's lost for words. It's really painful for him to go player by player.
Yeah.
True.
I would like to just pose a question to Yaya. Yaya, everybody was saying that hey, we play with 10 men, we got 6-1. Please sympathize us, and I know it's 10 men. It's Spurs they were talking about. But Yaya, let me pose this: the one who got sent off. Yaya, let me tell you this a brief history. I'm a very realistic United fan. All right. If it's wrong, it's wrong. It's right, it's right. Let me pose this to you, brother. The one who gets sent off was Anthony Martial. He is a striker. That fella hardly defends for us, so he's totally out of the equation. All right. With 10 men, with 4 defenders, we should still be able to contain the score. We should still be able to play and defend. I don't expect them to score, but with the defense still there, do you think that we should have still defended well enough and not considered at least another 3 or 4 more goals? Because the one who got sent off was Martial, and I'm telling you this, a lot of United fans came hunting me down and saying that, oh, you don't know anything about football, blah blah blah, and all this shit. I see. I'm not a professional, all right. But the thing is, this is not rocket science. Martial never defended for us. He's the one who got sent off. We still got 4 defenders. We still got 2 right in front of us. Talk me through this, bro.
Okay. Basically, midfield combination with Pogba and Matic is very very loose.
Yep.
And we need somebody in the midfield, anchorman, somebody who's like Roy Keane. Yes, there's the past, but there's no one that has replaced Roy Keane ever since. Even though Michael Carrick comes in the place, he did good. He did some positive things, but there's no ball winning midfielders to stop the gameplay through the middle. Absolutely, and that's where Bailey had to do a lot of job. Maguire, I don't know to say about it. And Wan-Bissaka is also dipping his form is not there anymore. And just now when they were talking about Liverpool versus Aston Villa and they're talking about fans, also it's another main factor there also. Without the fans, it's very difficult for any team to play on earth, especially in a very huge football stadium.
Well, I mean, if that is again the basis that we all want to fall back on, then it's going to be a long season for everybody. Because right now, as we know the ruling, they have just extended 6 more months before we can see any fans coming into the door, right? So again, that reasoning right now should be adjusted because it's no longer strong enough for us to just fall back on that same old age reason that there's no fans, we don't actually absorb the noise, right? I don't want to sound off rude. But a lot of defeats right now, when a team suffers a defeat, is also for it's so blatant of them to just say, because there's no fans. But this is right now, Joe, the norm. You won't be seeing fans, and if you want to rely, like I mentioned, based on that fact that there's no fans, then it's going to be a long season because it's 6 more months until you see or hear any sort of noise, right? Yeah, and but Mia, I want to ask you, Mia. This is where I want to chime in to the expert of football. Mayo, let's start off. Of course, this was the biggest turn. This actually turned the tide for United and Spurs as well. The red card event. Again, it's really peculiar how Mela was let off the hook when he was actually the instigator of that whole event. Mayor, I want to hear your thoughts and comments on it because I know you are really a good neutral to ask for an opinion.
I'll have to be honest with you. This incident actually was a turnaround, like what Yahya has mentioned. As a Man United fan, looking at it, how Lamela actually provoked the situation and turn things around, knowing that Anthony Martial is aggressive, he will definitely retaliate. So that's how actually it started. So I look at it, if you're talking about right now, if you're talking about the situation with VAR that you have actually been there, why didn't the referee actually go about and look at the incident? Why he only gave the red card only to the person who actually being retaliated to, but before that, which is a normal simple football fact. You retaliate, you are the one who's going to get the red card, but you have to see now who's the instigator, who provoked him. He could have been a cut as well, but I'm not so sure what cut the referee would give, yellow or red. That's what I'm not so sure how it would be. But usually for him, I can see that the person who actually instigated that will get the yellow card, but the person who retaliated would always get the red card.
No, you are right.
Okay?
You are right.
So from there, my point of view is, like you said, neutral. Looking at it, actually, Lamela got off way easy off. I said no, and the referee was not actually doing anything what Lamela actually put Anthony Martial gone through. The way how Anthony Martial walked off the field and was trying to see whether the referee would change a decision. He still stick at the corner flag there where Swan was taking the corner. He was expecting that probably the referee would run over and check the VAR TV.
Yeah, probably call him back.
Call him back and see because they do change the red card. Remember, the red card. Remember, as in,
I think it was Crystal Palace Southampton.
Yes. Then after that, he called back. It was Carl Peters, was it?
Peters, yeah, the right back. Kyle Walker.
So he was given a red card, but after that he changed the decision to yellow card.
He got rescinded. Yeah.
So that could be actually help the situation, but no, it did not happen that way, unfortunately. So that was the turnaround how actually Manchester United actually went that dipping. But to add salt to the wound, I actually wanted to ask this question to any of the Manchester United fan. The moment when I saw the lineups for Tottenham, when I saw Son's name, I said,
that was an ace card. That was an ace card.
It was a mind game by Jose Mourinho as usual. I told you, right, he's a surprise package. Did you remember this, An?
I did.
I know he's up to something. This is the reason. How do you feel, Yaya, as a United fan, when you saw that Son is playing and actually he was actually injured?
Yeah.
How do you feel? I mean, do you think that,
I no comment because initially was injured. Okay, we are almost safe. There you go. Son is there.
And you know that after scoring that 4 goals before that game with Manchester United, and we were all, I said, I actually texted Faris. I said, hey, Son is Faris said, no, he's injured. I said, hello, I just saw his name on the lineup. Then he was like, oh my God. I said, no, minimum 2 goals. He said, true enough.
True enough, yeah, true.
They say it could be a hat-trick.
Yeah.
There you go. So, but on top of that, with that particular scoreline, I think it's a way a little bit too much for Manchester United to go down that way.
So, and Joe, I want to ask my lovely co-partner here, Joe. Like imagine you were losing your rut, man. You were going left, right, center. You were heavy on your criticism on many players, and rightly so. But one guy, of course, takes the cake. Your captain. Wait, first and foremost, answer this: is he a wrestler or is he a footballer? Which one comes first?
Come on, An.
Bro, An, can I just tell you this? Do not humiliate a wrestler. Right? They put their body in line to do this. My favorite wrestler is Mick Foley. All right?
Okay.
Never ever humiliate a wrestler, please. Not with that. Definitely not. Yeah. Please. No. Not at all.
Mick Foley,
Yeah. Mick Foley does this. It comes from the hell in a cell, and you expect me to.
But Joe, I mean we all know right now Harry is the flavor of the month, right? Even before football was being kicked, he has actually grabbed all the attention, but for the wrong reason. What his exploit in Greece. Why, if that's the case, why does Ole keep sticking with Maguire, not only in the lineup, but as a captain? What is it based on? Definitely not seniority, definitely not on performance. What is it based on, Joe? It's really mind-boggling.
It's also mind-boggling for me, and I think for most, 90% of United fans. First and foremost, the thing is, when Maguire got the captain armband, bro, I was like, what the fuck, bro? Seriously? Like, why even give it to him? He just came to the club. Yeah, he just came into the club. The doctor didn't do anything. And you're telling me that he deserves the armband, bro. I mean, these days, United's armband, it's going macam like prostitute like that. Anybody else can take already. Anybody else can take. If you want, you take. Oh, you like? Okay. Boleh. Captain armband, boleh. Pass, ba. You want anybody captain armband? Boleh. No. Right now, it's become like that. You know, you don't. And, okay, the thing is, you want to be captain, go ahead. Fine. You want to be the defender, you want to start, go ahead, fine. But bro, my question is, at that incident, that the Lamela incident happened, where were you? Bro, where were you?
True. Yeah,
exactly. Where were you? This is what made everybody go crazy. What the heck, bro? He was like doing like this.
Oh, that was the same
you-
post. That was the same post that everybody had his meme on when he
Yeah.
was
Yes.
he was at the side of the stadium doing this to the girls.
I
So
mean,
the
Mayor
question-
will agree
Yeah.
with me. He had the lights
Yeah,
on.
yeah, correct. I have to agree with
Lights
you.
on.
The
Wait.
question right now, Joe, is where is his leadership qualities?
True.
Where?
Mayor, can I start with this? Yeah. I'll post this to you. Let's not even begin. He doesn't even have any leadership to begin with.
True.
Do you agree with me, Yaya?
I 100% agree with you. Because like you say, a new player comes in, you giving him a armband is totally a no for me. Even if I play Football Manager, a new player coming, not gonna give a armband to this a new player.
Yeah.
There you go.
At the same time, I felt the armband should really have given to De Gea instead.
Yeah.
My own personal felt, because he has been there for quite long and he has that United thing running in him. He has won several Sir Matsby trophy, if I'm not wrong, something United Player of the Year quite a number of times. So he deserved to be the captain rather than Maguire. But I don't know what's going on in Ole's mind. And
Englishmen. I mean, Englishmen have all this. I don't know. Fuck all of all priorities.
Yeah. It is right that you actually mentioned the name Ole, another flavor of the month. And right now, guys, I'm really sorry I cannot pick out every comment that has actually come in our way. But I am
It's flooding. It's flooding. Come on.
It is flooding. But right now, I just want to take this on. Long time no see. Yem! How you doing?
Ooh.
Yem,
Oh,
relax. Yem, I'm very sure Yem would have actually expected this. Knowing Yem would have said, "Padan muka." The Malay would say, "Padan muka," serves you right. And there you go. He said that United should have lost 10-1. All right. And also a couple of stuff that we want to take out as well from Russ. VAR is used poorly in England. Is as good as not having it, which is true, man. Only the Englishman can fuck this up really to a T. Because this technology has been used by other leagues, and they have actually a game, whatever the usage there in places like I think in Bundesliga, in also Serie A, it has been pitch perfect. But then in England, we just have to make it extra romantic. Why not? Entertainment. You know, it has to be more entertaining than the real result itself.
Come on, Anori. Even Thai Super League is using it so much better than them.
You see, there you go, right?
Yeah.
They started this season.
We've got a question here for our guest today. Yeah. Do you think Ole is getting the full support from the board of his transfer targets? But before you go on the transfer target, there was one transfer you made, and we thought, again, from the football fraternity, he's actually a damn good buy, man. Donny van de Beek. Where is he? Was that not an opportune moment to actually bring him in?
that's quite surprising because he's on the bench and he's coming in very late. This one, don't tell me, Crystal Palace face also. The face that Crystal Palace game, I'm serious. 3-1 first game, you know. So, I like I said, I don't know what's going on in Ole's mind, and even he came in also quite late after replacing Greenwood to tighten up the midfield.
Yeah.
He tries to change things to tighten up midfield, bringing Donny van de Beek, but Van de Beek by himself is more on the attacking flair, which I believe.
True.
He's more on the attacking flair rather than defensive side. So it doesn't mix any much favor to him because Fernandes is there. He's pulling the strings well. He just need extra support from this defensive midfielder side to give him the ball more and to pull the trigger for the strikers. But yes, Tottenham game doesn't happen anything in a way. And from the stats that I see that United is quite very, very poor, especially in just give me a moment.
And what you are checking,
Possession
right?
wise, possession wise is at 38% for United. It's quite poor. And shots on goal, five shots on goal. On goal is only 2 compared to 22 for Tottenham. It's crazy.
That's crazy stats, man.
Mayo, and this, Mayo, I want to hear it from you. Is this just a simple case of Tottenham really being good on that day itself, or was it a case of United being really abject, really poor on that day? Which is which?
I don't put it that way. I'm just saying it is because the thing behind this Tottenham being the talk of the town, beating United 6-1. I think the man behind this, the whole thing, is Jose himself. His team talk actually, telling the players, I said, no, you got to be warriors today to prove that whether you all want this or not.
Okay.
So he, to me, is that way. So he actually psych them up, the players, and make them think that, oh, we are winners already, even before we even fight the war.
Yeah, true.
Knowing the fact that he pulled a stunt of like putting Son into the team list, I was like, oh jeez. I was like, damn, he's playing. I was like, okay. And as you know, I would love to have Son on my fantasy Premier League team. I know that he has been scored. I mean, yeah. But I know that I captain Harry Kane.
Oh, you did? Wow.
Yeah, I captain Harry Kane. Now I was like, oh, okay, Son playing. Oh, he could have been like Son and Kane there in the team. Looking at it, how Jose Mourinho play his mind game, I tell you, he is still a surprise package where when he's comfortable, he will just park the bus as he usually does. And Manchester United is not the team. This is the phase that Manchester United is going through, like how actually other previous teams like Liverpool or whatever, they went through 4 years ago and 5 years ago. They start to build up and start. This is the time where they actually at the slump. Trying to get things gel and everything. Who's supposed to get the armband? Is still the talk of town. Ole is at the wheel or not still? Is Ole still the one? Who should get the armband? And David De Gea, I said, like you mentioned, David De Gea should get the armband. To me, I think, yes, David De Gea should get the armband just because I think he made a couple of mistakes on the game. So he picked Harry Maguire, but Harry Maguire is
very new.
And his rates are going down. I was really surprised. But, well, they are not going to give it to Pogba. Definitely. So who else can they actually give it to?
Yeah, true. And Joe, again, maybe you want to take this on by Russ. I feel what has been overlooked is the lack of preseason. Of course, United are one of the few teams that actually came in later, right, Mayor, because of their European or involvement rather. The players look out of pace. There is the negative atmosphere surrounding the club, which has affected players mentally too. Is it as simple as that? Do you agree with it?
I think a lot of people are giving me this reason. A lot of people have tarot me big time. They have told me, hey, bodoh lah, United tak ada pre-season eh. Of course they play like that. And my answer to them is, bro, it's only a 1 month difference.
Okay.
It's just 1 month. If you're telling me that it was a 4 months layout of how the COVID period happened and then we needed time to kickstart, yes. The thing is, our last game, all right, let's just say in Europe, was a semi-final game against Sevilla.
Okay.
All right. And then we played Leicester. All right. And then we had an FA Cup semi-final. Correct, and we had an FA Cup semi-final as well. All right, so it's not like we were in a shithole. All right, we actually played decent football. The guys still had it. All right, if you're going to tell me that we didn't have a preseason, all right, we wouldn't have guys going out to Greece to party. We wouldn't have guys going out to do shit. If you really care about yourself, you really care for the club, you fucking put in Instagram and say that we will go all out next season. In this 1 month, you would have stayed in England, stayed at home, worked your ass out.
Okay.
Not to go ballistic, go overseas and start to party, drink and chill. You only have 1 month, guys. 1 month. So this is individual. It's about individual. It's not as a club. A club can only do this much because the club has to give break to the players. No choice. You have to have family time with the game. You need to have break time with your friends, chill out and all this. But ultimately, you need to do your homework. It's simple as that. I don't buy the reason that, oh, we got no preseason, that is why we're performing like shit. No. Maguire with or without preseason is shit. Simple. Come on. You have to understand. If a player is shit, he's a shit. Simple. I can't say I've got a few players telling me that they're gonna back Maguire this season.
Yeah.
And I still don't get it why. And this guy who commented
Mark.
you think he's gonna back Maguire this season? I told him in December, we'll see. And let's see. This is what he said, Joel. I'm not giving the lack of preseason, bro.
Sorry, okay.
We have enough games to get the mockery off our back. That Everton and Villa midfield will tear us the same way Spurs did. Definitely.
True. And that's a fair argument, Joel. No, I totally agree with you. For once, after a long time, you made a lot of sense, Joe. That does not happen always. And disagree with Joe. You can all see the teams who have actually extended European duties all suffering heavy defeats. That's really a good observation because we cannot actually add Manchester City into the bag as well. That basically tying down a player for 2 seasons without downtime, even for the richest of people, that's impossible. Yeah, again, there's a good counter argument. But you also made a good point, Joe. That at the end of the day, the owners should be on the players themselves. If they know the turnaround time is short, then why the hell do you let loose?
Yeah.
So do you think that this window that actually transfer window which Manchester United is looking at did not do justice to them? Either Yaya or Jaya, what do you think?
Let's give Yaya. What do you make? Because of course we all heard of the pursuit, the well-documented pursuit of Jadon Sancho. That did not happen, and I thought this is something that we discussed among ourselves, right? It was really United living on the edge. For you to place all your eggs into one basket right now, this is the end product of it. It's a double whammy. Not only did you not get the player that you want, but you actually had to settle. And of course, the United fans, to defend their cause, they would say, oh, actually the players that we got, the 2 right wingers, they are for the future. They are actually supposed to explode into the scene 2 seasons come. But it has never been part of the plan. It's max desperation for United, right, Yaya?
True. Because now we are on the desperation mode already. Yes, we did not get Sancho. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can, bro. We can.
Okay. So because we did not get Sancho is one thing. But apart from that, we do have good wingers as Greenwood. Greenwood is maturing up. And then Rashford is playing in the wing on and off. On and off. So there must be some tactical change that Ole need to bring in. Even though without Sancho, we have the core players to bring the team forward. By right, I would prefer not to have Sancho. I prefer to have an extra defender instead. Then we can because as per Alex Ferguson said before, defense brings you title.
Yeah, true. And
I truly believe on that.
And staying where you are, I also want you to actually give your input. Of course, my God, I felt for him. I've never rated him as a player because he always comes up big against Arsenal. But this guy, ever since he has joined Punditry, it's so vibrant right now, Sky. I really want to end my contract with Sky. It's difficult to break a man like me. I'm a positive person. I don't promote violence, but many people at Man United need a good slap right now. And you know, Evra is always capable because he actually slapped a couple of players during his French international duty. All right. What do you make of that, man? Uncle Pat coming out, emotional outburst. What do you make of that?
Yeah, because he is so-called like he has Man United in his heart already. He's been there for quite some time, and then he left. So, and to see fans like this bantering about Manchester United is totally a no-no. Because if you're a diehard fan, never see my diehard fan. Yes, we lose 6-1. Yes, it's quite humiliating. A lot of banters came around in my workplace, especially, a lot. So I mean,
sorry. Those people who were giving you the banters, who do they support? Arsenal, is it?
No. Arsenal now is like
Hello.
Don't tell me Liverpool guys were giving it to you.
Liverpool guys was giving it to me because when I keep on saying that, hey, I got bus number 72 is near my house. Bus number 72 there. Wow, they really then they blah. And now my work now piled so much already. That's because of
Not a good time, Amir. Not a good time to be a United fan, but Amir, I want you to also shine the spotlight on this guy, right? You always rate him highly. You always put in a bit of disclaimer when talking about them. You always warn me, Anwari, they are going to be the surprise package for this season. And it looks like it's coming to fruition. Judging by a couple of games back, of course, it was a rude shock for them when they actually lost their first game. But it can be now passed off as a blip. Because judging by whatever happened right after that, they have been doing all right. What do you think of that, Mayor? Spurs and also Mourinho.
You know what? From where I can see is he's emulating what is actually Liverpool is having. I'm not saying that Mourinho is the same as Klopp, no, but he's emulating what the Liverpool is having. So he is trying to bring these players together. You can see the one that all or nothing, how they actually fought in the locker room after the match, losing to save. Then how Jose Mourinho sit in between of the players, cool down and listen to their argument and stuff like that, and bring them together. So he's managing them down, making them, keeping them together. I look at it that, okay, there's a comment also, since you're mentioning about this, there's a comment which the ex-manager of Spurs, Harry Redknapp,
Oh yeah.
he did mention that Spurs might win the league. That's a very strong, bold comment that he has, which is
it's an ex-Spurs manager. What do you expect?
what do you expect? Because of the way how his confidence is actually building, looking at how Mourinho actually bring the players together and put them together as a whole of a team, you see? And he's managing them so well that that all the players believe in him. So I look at it that, not only that the players are really actually playing very well, it is because the players are playing very well because of what Jose Mourinho actually impart into them. So this is what I'm looking at it. So
I agree with you. And this is where I have to take out my Arsenal hat, because I gotta give it to Spurs. They totally came in all guns blazing. They actually went by the back door because they completely caught United off guard. Not only with the inclusion of Son, but the way they started the game, they were pressing differently. That kind of pressing was non-existent when they played against Everton. And remember, Mourinho made this comment, I thought the players were lazy when it came to the pressing. And what you saw was completely polarizing. This was a complete 360 switch, because you see them players, starting from Kane, right? He was the first presser, and he didn't give Maguire comfortable time. And that's why Maguire had to take it out of somebody, and Shaw felt it. He just slammed Shaw to the ground. He had enough, and he was only 10 minutes into the game. He completely had enough, Joe.
Yeah, it's like the midfield was annihilated by all these Sissoko. Then after that, Ndombele. They were like everywhere, you know. You can see them, they're moving up in a triangle. I was like, oh my God, what is going on?
Where did that come from?
Yeah, where did that come from? And United were lost at that point of time, trying to find actually Bruno Fernandes only, trying to pit with the ball and holding the ball. Oh, they were actually really, really pressing very, very high. And after that, United lost a lot of ball from there. Whereas actually, Spurs going into numbers, you know, attacking. Ooh.
Okay, nice one. Joe, I think this is totally heart-wrenching. He is your legend, still your legend. The 1999 guy. I always tell all my United friends who I have in my circle, your manager landed the job since 1999. 90 plus 3. That 93-minute tap-in, that was his audition. And he aced it. And that's why he's now top of the helm. If he's not your legend, this guy would have actually been crucified out on the streets. But then again, I just want to hear it from you, Joe. You are someone who always defend Ole, because you mentioned that he is always the right guy. But it seems right now the tune is slightly changing.
The thing is, yes, we can blame the board for whatever it is. They do not want to back the players sign. They do not want to give the funds. We can say shit about this. But as a manager, you have world-class players at your disposal. The team sheet that you give, you are the one who has entitled for that. Ed Woodward doesn't come and rings you up and say, hey, why the hell are you playing Bruno? No, he doesn't. You are the one who sets the team up. You set the team player. So in my word is, if Ole can't get the best out of the players, the current crop of players right now, why would you want to top up with more players? I mean, it doesn't make sense Jadon Sancho coming in. It doesn't make sense even if any other world-class players is coming in. I don't still see Ole bringing the best out of them. Guys, Pogba used to be a class player. At Juventus, he was beautiful. I mean, his passing, his flair and all this. But at United, you don't just see that Pogba that we have seen. And same goes for, I think, Rashford. Rashford has been totally dipped out, done and dusted. I don't know what is Marcus right now. He's doing lots of charity work. Kudos to him. But he needs to start to focus on football right now. Because on the footballing side, he's really, really drifting. He's lacking a lot. So if Ole is the right man, I don't know. Is he the right man or is he not the right man? I really don't know, because right now, even if you're going to change the manager, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to happen for, let's just say Poch comes in. For the first year, we're going to boom. We're going to play well. Maybe we might even win a cup or something. And my question to the United fans who are asking for Ole said is, are you happy just to win one cup and that's it? I mean, is that what you want? Or don't you guys want a nice path? I mean, we have got someone who will stay for the next 10 and 20 years. If you're going to bring in the likes of Poch, no, he's not going to stay for 10, 20 years. You look at Klopp, he's leaving in 2024. Is he going to stay? No. So from there, we have to know. We have someone who will stay in the club, thick and thin, lose or win, die or not, for the next 10, 20 years, Ole will stay. Back him, give him time, just give him time. United, come on, we will get back on this. But Ole needs to start working his players out. If he doesn't start to fit the players in, then
he's this for me, right, Joe? Honestly, I don't know, maybe if you also, I stand corrected, but I think Ole's days are really numbered right now, because I think there are some leaks to the story of them contacting Mauricio Pochettino.
Yes,
And we could see that whole scene unfold. I just want to push this to Yaya. A lot of attention has again been heaped, or rather the pressure has been heaped on your manager Ole. Which campaign do you stand in? The Ole out campaign, or no, Ole for United still?
I will say Ole for United still.
Okay.
I will say because if you track back, Alex Ferguson also had his, for 3 years he was there.
True.
Until he won the Cup Winners' Cup, and boom, all went up, skyrocketing. So changes in the club that is happening. They are trying to gel up things, bringing the youth and bringing new players in, which is it's not easy. That can be done. Just need some time, but not too long. Not too long.
Sure. It feels like
Because it's already one full season.
Because all the teams are
improving.
Because all the teams are rising, right? So of course there'll be a worry factor for Manchester United actually to start building their team the sooner they have to. Because looking at it, you see, like the comments that we had earlier on, like how Spurs is going to slaughter Aston Villa with the midfield also will do the same thing, like what they annihilate Liverpool, and also to some other teams as well looking at, Aston Villa can beat Liverpool, so we also can beat Liverpool. And also same goes, Spurs can beat Manchester United, we can beat Manchester United. That kind of thinking, you see. So from the comment, and as well as An, you have put up the comment with regards of like how Manchester United play 4-3-2-1. Would it be better if they play 4-3-3, which is to bring in Donny van de Beek to play in the attacking midfielder role? 4-3-3. Yeah, and if you think that your player is not performing, it's very difficult for Ole to drop the player. I think he don't want to drop Marcus Rashford. Drop him.
Yeah, true.
Put Donny van de Beek in. This is how we look at it. Because he played Anthony Martial up front. Probably now with Donny van de Beek in, now you have Cavani, you see. Cavani is not going to play for next game with Newcastle. He's going to play. So how are they going to play? He's going to play 4-3-3 definitely with Cavani in the center and Marcus Rashford on the left. And Anthony Martial on the right. You see? So where does that leave Mason Greenwood? On the bench.
Yeah, and no, great that you bring this all up, because I feel that this should all rest on Ole's shoulder right now.
Exactly.
And it feels at times his in-game management, it's quite peculiar. His subs comes in at the wrong time. Even the personnel that he used, right? I think this is something you agree. Even the personnel that he used or choose to sub in or out, for that matter, is always up for debate. And there is no perfect template or blueprint for United right now, because it seems like right now, if Ole is a rapper, he's probably Eminem. He's just freestyling. He's completely freestyling. he might as well come on board MTV Wild and Out together with Nick Cannon.
Wild and Out, yeah, man.
He can freestyle, man. He can freestyle. Any time of the day. And then I think the best comment for this segment is K. Rajagopal as next United manager. And also Ole is clueless.
I have to put it out right now why he's lost.
This guy, I think, is my close brother. He has been going ballistic the whole week, especially the game. He's been telling me, bro, Ole is clueless. Ole is just clueless, and I'm like, yeah, tell me about it.
And Joe, I just want you to close this up, and then we can invite all of our guests today to just run through the transfer matters. Right now, United are staring down the barrel, and I think the scary part about it is you guys have not hit the bottom of it.
No.
How much more defeat can United and Oli handle before you guys really press on that panic button?
I won't say that we would like to press on the panic button. Few stages, we are pressing the panic button now. It starts now. After the international break, it starts. There are no excuses, bro. There are just no more excuses. Simple as that. You go for international break, you have a break out of your club, which means you can recharge yourself for 2 weeks, clear the air, forget everything, forget 6-1, move on, get away from social media. Boom. That game against Newcastle is where you redeem yourself. If at Newcastle, you are still going to be playing like shit, if you're going to be making schoolboy errors, then all I can say is, God
Question
bless
should be
you.
asked. Question should be asked then.
Question should be out.
It will not be. It will not be the panic button. It will be the eject button. It's the truth, because you need to be responsible, because Manchester United is not that kind of team that go to this slump. You see.
Two things. Two things, fellas. Two things. If we lose against Newcastle, all right, one thing I will look at the performance. If we play well and we lose, I'm fine. We go ahead. Play like how you play against Spurs and Brighton and Crystal Palace, and you lose, two things. Maguire out of the time. Maguire out of Old Trafford, out of London, out of Manchester. Get the hell out of the club. Simple as that. Terminate his contract. If need be, just send him some money, finish his career. That's it. Done and dusted. I don't want to see him in a United shit ever again.
Our boy is going savage, bro.
My beloved Ole, I've defended him with my life on the line. But if in the Newcastle game, if he doesn't make any changes to the squad, I think that's it. Goodbye.
Yep, and there you go, son of Aphrodite. You got your answer there to Joel and Yaya. What kind of result will make both of you all Ole out? Yeah. So the Newcastle game is the ultimatum set by our lovely Joe as well, right? And I think Yaya is also again nodding in consensus and in agreement. So that will I don't want to be Ole Mayor coming into this game. So much pressure. This is really a high stake game.
Just to add things up, like what you mentioned before, you actually bring in the rest of them back. Just like to that, where actually I was surprised by the way how they handled the situation when they signed Cavani.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Why I say that? They were really hoping to get Jadon Sancho because of that number. Seven. Then I know that they actually were really hoping to get Sancho, because that number has been reserved for Jadon Sancho, and as now it's actually when I saw Cavani putting up the jersey number 7, I said, oh, they're really hoping to get Sancho on it. So this is how I look at it. Wow, it's like maybe most of them say it's a panic buy. It could be, yes.
And it was a complete backsplash on the face.
Before we get the guys in, I would like to chime with Tristan. I totally agree with him. I'm not saying that Newcastle is a below par team, and that is why we will test them.
No pushovers,
The thing is, Newcastle are in form right now. Right now, all the teams are on form. All right. So that is why I'm saying. So I want to the United fans can say, hey, apa lah ini? You tell Newcastle we can
win. Maximin.
Guys, that's bullshit. We will win. Simple as that. All right. Newcastle ultimatum. I rest my case.
Wow.
Wow.
Me listening to Joe ranting it out makes me really tired. Because I've been hearing this for the past 1 week, Mayor. At least you're right. Because you just dissipated into thin air. At least I don't hear anything.
Yeah.
I still. Yeah, man. I still remember the moment that day when he went already for 4-1 already. He already posted already.
I rest my case.
On Instagram. He went ballistic. Oh man, I was like somebody has killed his dog or something. That oh my god, I was like, I said, oh shit.
Mayor, judging by his reaction, might as well. I'm sorry, I'm an animal lover, but might as well be the case.
Yeah, man, I was like, oh shit, somebody must have killed his pet. I was like, oh man, I don't even dare to react on the Instagram post. I kept myself quiet because I said I might be next. Oh, true enough, I was next.
That's why.
I was telling myself, mother. I was saying like that. I said, shit.
That's why.
I didn't do shit.
That's why. For those of you young boys, I know we got a couple of young boys watching us right now, Joe. Take lesson. Take a leaf out of May's textbook.
Like what
If you-
Yaya said, bro. Like what
Don't
Yaya
laugh too early. Don't laugh too early.
Yeah.
Especially if your team is playing next. You know?
Yeah.
There's a saying. There's a saying about a famous manager of Liverpool. Don't celebrate too long.
Alright. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay?
That's why. That's
Don't celebrate too long, bro.
Celebrate too long. Okay?
Yeah.
So, Joe, that's done. Let's bring back all of our guests.
Whole thing bang, bro.
Joe, but before I do that, are you okay? Are you done?
Done. That's it, bro.
Are you done? Everything
Yeah,
on time? All is out. Yeah. You okay, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm fine. Good.
Alright.
Yeah.
Maguire's not there for next game.
Yeah. You survived, yeah. You have survived. It's okay.
Survive. But look at Yaya's hair. Look at Yaya's hair.
Yeah, oh my god, it's slick, man.
Bro,
A gel or pomade?
that is Cristiano Ronaldo-esque hairstyle.
Yeah. Are you single and available? If not, I'm gonna advertise for you.
Oh.
Bro,
Yeah.
why you never ask gel or pomade?
No, Mia. I'm even glad that actually Joe. I thought Joe was gonna stop at. Are you single and available? Because if not, I am going to promote him. I thought Joe was going to get him. Joe.
I do not cheat on you like how I cheat on Nova, you know.
I know you cheated on me, okay? I know, Joe, you cheated on me, okay?
Okay, but before we invite the guests back, just last one really beautiful comment. I think it's worth mentioning. I would conclude. I've seen United get hammered in the best of times. It's never nice, but it happens. But we still have a good squad, and that can get better. But our biggest problem is the structure in the club. You can get any manager in the world to manage us, sign any player. We will struggle as long as the owners are the same and the structures are the same, or is the same right now. True, but they always say, right, it's easier to sack one manager than change the entire roster. So there you go. All right. So that's done. Let's bring on our guest right now. Let's bring back the Aston Villa guy. He is still smiling. Legend has it. He is still chuckling away. All right, Villa, you're okay. Bring up the energy. There you go. Are you ready? My oracle right now.
Deepen. That's it.
You know what?
Early for Deepen.
You know what? I actually want to add on the menu squad very quickly, lah. I mean, whoever the last person who commented Rashwinder, right? I agree with him. The board is ruining the club. You change 1,001 managers. You buy, even if you buy Sancho or you're gonna buy, Virgil van Dijk from Liverpool. It's not gonna happen. Even if you buy Van Dijk from Liverpool, they're still not gonna make it. The Manu's board is killing Manu.
Yeah.
Hands down. The Glazers are killing United.
True.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. And then we bring back Qatar. Legend has it that he is still analyzing the game against Aston Villa.
I'm done.
You're done. Okay. All right. Let's move on. And then the last but not least, Kamarul. Legend has it, Joe. He is still alright. He's still Lepak One Corner FC. All right. Okay. Guys, you can now. Okay. So Yaya will be back with us right after this. So Yaya, once you're back, just get on board. Okay. So we'll go through a couple of results, guys. Just quickly, just scout through everything. Let's go with Chelsea and also right now Crystal Palace. I'll start off with Qatar. Again,
Yeah,
this was
impressive. Both teams.
Chelsea,
Chelsea finally coming together. And but I'm not too pleased with Chelsea's transfer business, to be honest, because I think they have a lot of quality English players, which I think they are hampering their playing time by bringing in all these world-class superstars when actually they've got good enough English players. I think like Tammy Abraham, Mason Mount. I think Ben Chilwell was a nice signing, but overall I think Chelsea is coming well together. I think beating Palace 4-0 at home is pretty impressive. Everton, as always, they are really becoming the surprise package. Right? I think they signed well as well. I think everyone's talking about James, but I think they are critical signing again and again. Alan, yeah. Calvin Lewin looks like he, other than the hairdo, he looks like a different man. I don't know what he did over the summer or who he's been interacting with. He needs to call me and tell me I want to play like him.
He was reborn again. He's reborn again.
Yeah. Found a better Bomo.
Did you all see that headed goal? No? The way he leaped up, he could probably give Ronaldo a fight, Cristiano a fight for that leap.
Yes.
I mean, they are saying things like, he's been having I don't know what personal sessions with Duncan Ferguson or something like that.
Really? Oh, you don't want to have that.
They say that they say he's
You don't want to have a personal session with Big Dunk.
yeah. But I think the fella just wallop him 3 times. Say, brother, the goalpost is this side here. And then he's like, okay.
But yeah,
I think Everton
was
is
impressive.
impressive. I think Alan was a player that probably United could have gone and got. But only Carlo Ancelotti can pull off things like this.
True. And
How
maybe
he got him, I don't know.
I think not only the result was impressive, but I think the performance that followed suit. It was beautiful, man. The football was flowing, and then I remember they had a bit of a setback. Richarlison went off, and we were like, okay, there you go. This is the point where they crumbled. They did not.
Nope.
They picked up the pieces, and they played even better without Richarlison. So I think this is again a worrying sign. I don't know, man. What about you? You have a lot of good things to say about Everton. What do you make of that performance against Brighton?
Right from before the beginning of the season, I have mentioned to you that watch for Carlo Ancelotti. Remember, I'm saying this again. He's building an empire in Everton by bringing in James Rodriguez to partner with his countryman Yerry Mina. I tell that is a very good thing that actually to the team bonding. It's the Colombian. So he, as you can see, even Yerry Mina scores a goal as a defender.
Maya, stop there. Can you do the Mina celebration?
This is what the Macarena. From that celebration, you can tell they are all in one. They are one.
Yeah.
They are united. What I mean, I say they are together.
Yeah,
They are together as one. So, wow, that is fantastic. That's really fantastic how they actually build their team around. Oh man, I tell you, it's one hell of a Merseyside derby that's going to happen.
Interesting. All right. So let's go through the next one. Devon, I just want you to pick this result up. Leeds and Man City. 1-1. That could actually grab headlines as well.
You know, I've got to give it to Bielsa. That fella is a tactical genius. You know, the game against Liverpool, he took the game to them. You know, he didn't sit back like most promoted side did. He took it to them, and you know they lost. But then you see the subsequent games. You know, they've just been on a roll. And that game against Man City, honestly, I thought City would bounce back from that 5-2 defeat. And I had De Bruyne as my FPL captain. Gosh. I had Grealish, the starting lineup. I had Watkins on my bench because I captained KDB. And look what happens if I don't stick with my team. But that aside, I think they've got a very united front. Bielsa really is molding he's not molding an empire, but he's molding a very strong team that can probably surprise us next season. This season, I still think it's a bit too early, but next season, yes.
So you have just received your just retribution. Next time, stick to your team, huh?
Yes.
Kamul, I just want to quickly just pick your brain. It seems like even City, they are going a bit of a decline. How serious is it right now for us not to overreact? Of course, as a neutral, you're a Liverpool guy. You will pray and hope that this long may continue. But with this Man City, is it the same case as Liverpool? It's just another blip. They will soon recover as well.
Well, actually, it's difficult to say because I'm not really in that camp You know, not really able to understand. I mean, who really understands Pep? Nobody understands Pep. Nobody can really predict what he says. Just like how, I mean, even after so many seasons, we still don't understand Mourinho. You know, but Pep, I mean, for Man City, it might be a blip, it might not be, but I think it's really down to the dependent on how much they depend on KDB and Rodri in the center.
Okay, all right. And also, Mayor, this was also Project Redemption for this guy here, their record signing, because if you remember correctly, he was the fall guy for that defeat against Liverpool. Remember when he came in and he actually fouled for Fabinho in the box? But what a performance by this guy. He justified that price tag against Man City. And if you're a Leeds fan, I think you'll be rubbing your hands. You'll be rubbing your hands because they actually signed also on the transfer deadline. They actually signed another exciting winger, a Brazilian winger.
Rafinha.
Yeah, Rafinha, man.
Rafinha.
So, tantalizing.
He's off the hook.
Yeah, true.
He's off the hook. So I think he's just going to start doing what he's best doing, scoring goals, provide him with whatever the crosses and whatsoever. He'll be there just to assist Leeds to get all the goals there as well.
Actually, sorry, Anwari, before you bring up the scores, I want to bring up something with these Leeds supporters. I know we've got a big fan base in Singapore, but I can't help it. I need to have a go at these fellas. Seriously, you know what? Whoever you guys are, Leeds team, just watch for your team. You don't have to come come and comment on Villa, stating that we're lucky to beat Liverpool 7-2. You know why? Let's face it, okay? You guys have played 4 games this season. We've played 3 games this season. Basically, we've all played the same teams. We only didn't play City because the game was postponed. We beat Sheffield United 1-0. You guys beat Sheffield United 1-0.
Okay.
You beat Fulham 4-3. We beat them 3-0. You lost to Liverpool 4-3. We beat them 7-2. So do not come and tell us that Villa suck and you guys are going to be the... I'm done. I bloody hate the Leeds support. I love the club. I love Bielsa, but the supporters, they're just bloody delusional.
Wait. This is really something that we don't witness every day. Because why? Usually the environment that we are in is probably Arsenal against Chelsea, Arsenal against United against Liverpool.
But this is
So this is a different realm in total.
He's not here. Deepan, go. Come on.
No, like Villa's arch rival is Birmingham. After Birmingham, Midlands Derby, Wolves. I think even Wolves have class. And even Wolves knows when to praise. Bloody hell, Leeds, after 16 years you come back, you think you're entitled to Premier League, is it? You were only gone for 3 years then, from the Premier League? Come on, lah.
Oh, Deepan is an angry guy. Wait, Deepan, you just won 7-2. Why the outburst?
Exactly the same reason we won 7-2 and the entire Leeds fan base goes, oh, that's a fluke. Seriously, you guys lost 4-3 and you're talking about us winning 7-2 is a fluke. No. Oh, you know what's the best part? They drew with Man City 1-1. Okay, Rodrigo scored. Immediately, moment Rodrigo scored. Oh, our 28 million pound signing Rodrigo has scored. What's happening with Watkins? The 33 million pound. In your face, bro. Hat trick, perfect hat trick. Left, right header.
Oh. Okay, Deepan, can I move on now?
Done. You can.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Let's go. Newcastle Burnley. Wait, Mayor 3-1. I don't know. I really can move on.
It's like, what just happened?
And wait, he's still breathing right now. Because that was all in one breath, man. That was all in one breath. Hey, crazy. All right, Mayor, wait, Mayor. Before we continue, before we prolong, all right, that even outburst, let's go on to Newcastle Burnley 3-1. Saint Maximin, ooh la la, and
The team that is on fire now. That this guy himself is on fire, Saint Maximin. Oh, don't forget about Callum Wilson. Oh,
Callum Wilson.
yeah, man, beautiful.
Look at the legs,
Look
bro.
at
Look at the legs. Joe, right now, are you shuddering in fear? At the prospect of facing those two, Wilson and also
Why do you even start
Maximin?
with fear, bro? Why do you even start with fear? I've got it's a game over. I'm saying Newcastle win 3-1.
Alamak. Where has loyalty gone to?
No lah, Joe, you gotta understand one thing, You gotta understand one thing. If you ever had Steve Bruce as your manager, you would know how it is. We've had him for 1.5 seasons.
Oh, you did.
Mr. Cabbage Patch. Okay, you don't know if he's gonna put out a team that's gonna probably whoop your ass, or put out a team that's probably gonna self-destruct.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Wait,
very unpredictable.
I gotta read this up, man. Steven needed that, bro. He went Super Saiyan and got tired from that, man. You don't see that anywhere else. Okay, let's move on. Okay, Steven, just recollect yourself, relax,
yeah.
Okay, this one, another one. Kathy, Leicester, West Ham, man.
What happened, man?
If you're a betting man, you'll probably place your mortgage on Leicester running out comfortable winners. Because right now, judging by the narrative, everybody has West Ham down in the relegation mire. That didn't happen. Kathy, what do you mean of that? What do you mean of that?
Wow, shocking result. I think that was the first shocking result of that weekend, Leicester absolutely flying the week before, beating Man City like 5-2, something like that, right?
Yeah.
And then they go and lose to, and then the masterclass by this boy, Antonio suddenly became Cristiano Ronaldo. And then every other week I'm wondering, this guy has such a physique, but then he's not imposing himself in the Premier League, but then he proved me wrong. I think impressive result from West Ham. And again, and then we keep seeing that, the home advantage seems to count for nothing. Quite a number of teams we've seen falter at home. Yeah,
True.
so well played to SM, but I still have them to go down. I think Fulham is the other team that I'm looking at them and saying I can't see a way to survive. Yeah,
And West Brom.
West Brom gone.
Yes.
Tesco's.
Another happy guy. Steven, this show was not supposed to be about you.
Sorry.
It was about Liverpool.
Okay, decent for you lah. Leeds also joining them lah.
Oh,
After this, you're going on a
poetic
run.
justice. All three that came up should go down.
Just go. Enjoy the championship. See you. Bye bye.
And then next one, Kamaru, Southampton, West Brom, easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Ooh.
Nothing surprising for that.
Aiyo.
Alamak.
Actually, I was really surprised lah.
Why?
I was kind of surprised. I mean, the
It's
thing
not
is,
more than two.
Southampton lost Højbjerg to Tottenham, and he's actually a very important guy for them.
True.
Because I mean, you can't just depend on Danny Ings lah all the time.
True.
But I mean, fair play to them lah. They really were fighting for it lah. But West Brom, yeah lah. What to say?
Done. Bye. Thank you for trying Village. And then the next one we've got where do I start, man? I'm so nervous.
Arsenal.
Should I take this one? Should I not? Control yourself, Kadir. You are just a button away from getting removed. Alright. Okay. Let me take this up, right? Of course, we had to labor into that victory. Again, we were really leggy. But then Nicolas Blood Pepe came in and actually changed the whole context of the game. He added a bit of dynamism that was severely lacking. But now, I think for an Arsenal fan, we should expect more of that. Because you are going to not dominate matches when you're starting out with 5 at the back. But if this is again to compensate for whatever loss there is in the squad, so be it. At the end of the day, I think one of the fans actually made it really clear. So what if we play free-flowing football? We've done that before with Arsene Wenger for the past 2 decades. And if the result is not coming, we are still complaining. So might as well play slightly ugly. As long as we come up with the 3 points, I don't have to rant like Qatar. I don't have to be like Joel. I'm good enough, man. Because I'm a host. I cannot take any behavior like that.
Control.
What make you of Kieran Tierney now tested positive for COVID?
Look, so there is allegation that he will not actually make it for the City game. But from my end, it happens to everybody and anybody. But
Exactly.
what is part of a true manager is for you to innovate. And again, this is your the thing. The crux of the issue is it comes from the disease itself, and it does not discriminate. So if you are foolish enough to think that you will not be hit by it, then again you are an absolute fool, because it will hit everybody. So I think if you're a good manager, this is a good litmus test to see how good you are and how capable you are tactically. So I've got no worries. We can miss anybody, but I've got Mikel Arteta right now.
Yep.
You have Mikel Arteta, and you don't miss anybody. And what about Ozil, man? What's up with that whole Ozil saga?
I think right? He gotten a job to be a Ganosaurus right now. So he has ranked Ganosaurus. He has taken up the job. You saw the unveiling, right? You saw the unveiling. He took out and he was saying basically, "Hello guys, I'm still here. I'm still assisting." But on a serious note, with Ozil being omitted out, this is more political than it is about football, because about his stance against the Uyghur. You call it the cultural genocide that's happening in China. Of course, I'm not going to say anything because it's completely, these are all allegations. And then the second thing that also have to be taken into context is his close ally or his close friendship with the Prime Minister of Turkey, right? And right now the Western media is painting him in such a way whereby this is the next Gaddafi. So I don't want to go overly political, but that is the reason why I think, this is just my personal thought, don't take it for gospel, but I think the reason why he's being ousted and being again frozen out is more than just football. Because we have more, we have shittier player and they are still making the numbers. This guy, at the end of the day, this guy is absolute class when he wants to play.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But the treatment that he received, but the treatment that he received, right, requires a slightly deep level thinking. It's just not football. I think it's his political stance is right now getting in the way of his career. But hey, 350,000 a week, man, not playing, no issues. I think that all day long. I think all day long.
Arsenal are doing that.
Yeah, he can pay Gonosaurus, right? No worries.
He can pay Gonosaurus. Okay.
Who knows? He might bring some other Saurus back, also making friends.
Mayor, relax. You were not supposed to be like this.
Easy. Making friends.
Wolves and Fulham 1-0. Ribbon, quick one. Should they have?
I think Wolves need the result. I think it's after that loss to West Ham. I think they need the result. I didn't watch that game. I can't give much inputs about that, but I think they needed the result, and they could have done better against against Fulham. But what 3 points are 3 points? It doesn't matter how you win.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think it gives them also the much needed respite on Joe. You know,
Yeah.
because they failed and now they are expected to win. You see, they are another team that's victim of their own success.
Oh,
So
yes.
right now the bar is set higher and higher every season. Let's see if Nuno can actually reach. United, that's done. All right, so quickly, boys, all done right now. So we go through
Yep.
the transfer. Real quick one.
Ooh.
So Arsenal player in right now. We've got all this for us to read up. But I think, of course, the biggest show was the deadline transfer of Thomas Partey. Mayor Thomas Partey, you guys met him last season, 2 legs away and home. What do you make of this guy? Could this guy actually propel Arsenal into the Champions League spot? I want to hear it from you.
Beast.
I certainly believe so. To be honest with you, I certainly believe so. With his strength and also his confidence, I think he really wanted to play for Arsenal. That's the reason why actually Arsenal actually show them the money, knowing that the owners actually fork out the money and just say, okay, let's buy this guy because we are confident, because we knows that he has mentioned that I want to play for Arsenal and I want to prove something to Arsenal. Even his father has actually mentioned on the website and saying that the best thing that ever happened is my son Thomas Partey to join Arsenal. So I think he's going to turn Arsenal around, and I'm sure that Arsenal will be back with Champions League football.
Well, that's really, really heartening to hear. And for me, and as an Arsenal fan, a lot has been made about this transfer. Of course, we could have done more. We were in dire need of another creative outlet. That didn't happen, for obvious reasons. But hey, to go on to just another fan and say, hey, we have landed Thomas Partey, that is a major coup itself. So for us to actually just bicker among our fan base, say, no, we should have gotten Awa over Partey. Why did we leave it at the very last minute? Look, it was a really clear-cut transfer. Arsenal tried to push it at the very last minute because it was a square kind of transfer. You cannot go wrong with Thomas Partey because you don't have to deal with Atletico. You just place a 45 million and you will just skip the entire process of Atletico. So why is there a need for them to go early? So we wanted to play that card whereby we tell Atletico that, hey, you know of our interest, we have registered our interest, you better lower the price. If not, we are going to do it at the 11th hour and you are left with no choice but just to pick it up. It's a sucker punch because they don't have enough time to now go out to search for another guy. Of course, I read it differently this time. According to a Spanish outlet, they can actually do it, but it has to come from the La Liga itself.
Yeah, La Liga itself.
Domestic transfer. So it's okay, man. For an Arsenal fan, like Mayor said, I believe this Thomas Partey, it will be integral. And if you look at the pattern of buying, we actually just completely bought a new spine. We got a brand new defender in Gabriel Magalhaes, and we also bought in Thomas Partey. So those are the two positions that we overlook over the years. We usually go for the flash in the pan, usually going for the flashy strikers, but this time around we did not, and I'm glad that Kroenke finally stepped up to the plate. So long live Kroenke. Next season, after that you ask me again. Kroenke out.
Mayor, long live Kroenke. I want this fella out of this club.
Come on, Yankees, keep on taking English club and bring them to nowhere. Aston Villa, David, quickly. You guys having ball of a time. What do you make of the transfer, man?
I think this transfer window, I would give it an 8.5 out of a 10. Okay, so last season being promoted, we had to bring in almost a new first 11 because most of the players from the season before either were on loan or their deals expire, like all the older players. So we had to bring in a first new 11, and also Dean Smith didn't have much of a say. It was just a sporting director, so we almost went down. But this season, I think Dean Smith has identified which position needs to be addressed: the right back, the striker, goalkeeping, and all that. Come on, we have. Before Nyland left, we had 5 goalkeepers in the team. 5 goalkeepers, bro. First team goalkeepers, of which 2 is one has left. We still have 4 with Heaton out injured, Steer and all. So I think it's a good transfer window that was done. The only downside could have been a left back because Target, our left back, is a bit of a fella's good. I'm not going to say anything bad about him being a Villa fan, but he can be exposed at times. And if you notice Villa's games this season, if you're going to watch the game, just notice all the attacking will be done through our left side because he's the weakling. So that, but apart from that, I'll give it 8.5 out of 10.
Perfect, sweet.
I think even if I can chip in, your best signing is not even on the list.
And who will it be?
you guys managed to get Jack Grealish to sign a contract.
Yeah, that's true.
Boy. Yeah, boy.
Very
No, that's great. That's
Very
great. Yeah,
impressive. I expected him to leave.
true.
Oh, I mean, the first time I appeared on Napshot, they were asking me. I was telling them, you know what? If Grealish leaves, my blessings to him because he's really served the club. But yeah, actually, it's true. I think he sees the plan for the next 5 years.
And also, Katu, in that respect, right? The same thing can be said about Arsenal. Us tying down Aubameyang for another 3
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, same.
That is apart from Partey, that was another big transfer from our end. Great one.
Probably your most important, your talisman.
He's definitely. Brighton, wow. Influx of activities. Most of them I don't even recognize. I mean, looking at what they have done so far, it's okay. Not that bad. Yeah, looking at the style of football, right, Joe, they're pedaling out.
Those
Yeah,
10 top fellas is good.
True. And it's
Lallana will definitely add a more extra edge in their midfield. Definitely.
Yep.
Then
Let's go with this.
Then Donker, yeah, from Club Brugge.
Yeah, don't
Yep.
go here.
And Ajax as well.
Isaac.
So the fella's good.
Beltman.
But I think if I'm Brighton right now, it's just the part of crossing over the line. Because sometimes the kind of football they play is really pleasing on the eye, but at the end of the day, they just don't cross. They just fumble the cross line, the finish line. So let's hope and pray. I think they're a really good outfit for us to have in the Premier League. They are not boring for a start. So let's hope long it may continue for Brighton. Burnley, not too much, not too much excitement, but we got Ismaila Diallo. And then we got Mark Richter, Will Norris. Not too much that we can make of, I guess, Kamaru for Burnley. I guess right now, if you go on a quiz game, you will probably not even get one right. Some of the players, right? But wait, is there again a potential danger of Burnley just being sucked into the relegation battle?
Well, that is actually a very huge risk again. I mean, I still remember the first time they came up and they really impressed. But and I was quite surprised that they managed to stick it in. But last season, kind of worrying a bit.
Yeah, this could be the stretch. Yeah, this could be a stretch, man, this season.
Yeah.
I think their manager also agreed. Sean Dyche, he said that it's been I think it's their 5th season in the Premier League, and and they still not be able to make transfers, and it's just one signing, Dale Stephens, that came from Brighton for 1.5 million, if I'm not wrong, and the rest of them all loan, most of it. And I don't know about the deadline day deal, but I think it's going to be a tough season for Burnley.
No, I agree. I absolutely agree. Chelsea,
Oh, this is what
the biggest spender. Whoa.
Chelsea's shopping galore after the ban.
But this is how it is. To be a tie. Look at that.
Yeah, man.
Whatever you want.
Show me the money, man. Look at the amount that they spent. Edouard Mendy, 22 million. Timo Werner, undisclosed. Hakim Ziyech, 33.3. Thiago Silva, free. Then after that, Malang Sarr, free. Malangnya. Kai Havertz, 71 million. Ben Chilwell also. What a signing, all these people.
I mean, apart from all the superficial aspect of, again, the transfer, you look at all the players, they are really classy in their own act. But like I've always asked, when it comes to gelling up the team, right? Do you think Lampard will again have a successful season doing so?
Again, I have to put it down like they don't have they don't have preseason. They didn't play together, all these players. From what I can tell. Looking at it, I tell you, only when the time comes that the players all gel together, then you can see the true quality of Chelsea. Because,
how long? That's the question.
How long, we can't tell, because this is Premier League without fans now, 6 more months. So that is also another big factor to me, from my opinion. I look at it how like Ben Chilwell is actually now scoring. He's off the hook. And he will get things right for his position. Hakim Ziyech is still not there. Timo Werner still a little bit doubtful, looking at how he plays in and out. Goalkeeper Edouard Mendy, okay, proven. Still, what I call it, clean sheet. Thiago Silva still neither there. Yeah, Kai Havertz, well, previous game, okay. A little bit of redemption, but to put him actually where he was from, and in Bundesliga, I think like expecting to score 3 or 2 goals yet, not yet. I tell you, wait until they have their full squad, I think. But Chelsea will come good in the time.
I mean, if you are also going to believe what Kelvin mentioned, yeah, then I can agree with that. Chelsea.
Yes.
Blue Wave akan datang. Blue Wave close already, East Coast.
Long time ago, bro.
Blue Wave, bro. Close already, yeah.
Done and dusted.
So, Kel, you might want to change. Blue Wave akan datang. Blue Wave close already, bro. Okay.
Parawave go. Parawave go.
Crystal Palace, Nathan Ferguson.
I think
Easy.
the only one is easy.
Yeah, easy. And
Also,
also, and again for Zaha, right? He tried. This season is slightly different. He didn't throw his toys out of the pram, but he always made it clear that he wanted to move. It didn't happen again for Zaha, right? So again, if I'm Zaha right now, hey bro, just forget it. Just continue. I think the next season he will do the Peter Odemwingie trick. He will drive down to that club. Remember that?
From West Brom to Stoke, was it? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, West Brom to Stoke.
Yeah,
And
West
then
Brom
it didn't
to
happen also. Poor them. And then Katal, take on your sworn nemesis. Everton.
Oh yeah, I think like I said, Alan, the Kure, I think they strengthen in the areas that they probably is that like good defensive midfielders are so difficult to come by in world football. It's very few and far between. And then you guys got one of them. Partey is one. Fabinho we already have. Alan, I think, is the guy who's going to strengthen their spine. So their spine looks very good, like you said. James in front, and then you've got this reborn fellow who kena hantam by Duncan Ferguson. And then I tell you, I cannot stand Richarlison. I just cannot stand everything about him. He just annoys me. But just because he's that good.
Yeah.
He annoys me because he's that good. Yeah, he just makes things happen, this fella.
Wait. Are you actually surprised by the assimilation process? It was so fast. It's as if this place has been playing with Carlo for the longest time in Everton.
Yeah, exactly. It was a little bit of like, the first game they play against Spurs, Alan fit in like seamlessly into the system. Yeah, so that was a bit surprising. But I think he had already set the team up like how he set up Napoli, Napoli is so difficult. So difficult to beat. Yerry Mina is like Koulibaly, and then you've got a little bit of classy players here and there. He's got who's the guy? He has the Insigne and the
remember he has seen
Marek Hamsik, is it?
Marek Hamsik, and then he's got the other Belgian guy as well.
Even the Ruiz guy reminds me a lot of James. A lefty, and then he's a ball carrier. He splits defense, open up.
Right, yeah.
Good one.
I think Everton and Spurs are the two teams I think did very well this transfer window.
I agree. And then crossover to London team, Fulham. As usual, find a couple of them. Look at that name and Areola, PSG.
Areola is going to be very busy.
He is right now. If it's not,
I mean, if you guys play FPL, put Areola in a team. He's probably going to get shots coming at him. So probably some safe. But I think Fulham their transfer window is difficult to say. I mean, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, the fella can be great on his day, but I don't know whether the entire team can sustain the Premier League.
I mean, if you just want to relate it to FIFA virtual reality, look at the players, man. Joachim Anderson, not bad, one of the wonder kids. And then you got Loftus-Cheek, and then you got Kenny, Tete, Areola,
Lukman.
Lamina. Lukman. Lukman bin Jamal. Right?
Ola Aina.
Oh, Ola Aina.
Ola Aina Pak Mount.
And it gets me why right now Fulham is not up and running, because looking at the players that they actually bought in, they look mighty fine.
Yeah.
Right?
Can't gel much, I think.
I think they can't gel much, like what Joel said, they can't gel much.
And you remember, I think they are doing the exact same mistake, or they are committing the same mistake they did the previous 2 seasons where they came on. They bought all those flashy players. Remember John Sari?
Yeah.
That didn't work out. So it seems like they didn't learn from the previous mistake. All right.
Yeah, they look woeful. They look like a champions.
They do, man. They do.
You gotta get
just give them one win, Fulham. Just give them one win, and we'll see what happens next.
Oh boy. All right. And then
Deepan worked out now.
Hey, no.
No, don't give Deepan. Don't give.
I'm not worked up. You guys I'm not worked out at all.
Let's go our Mat Relax. Kamarul, Leeds United.
Yeah.
Again, a flurry of activities. I think Rodrigo, and then they also bought Rafinha. deadline transfer, Diego Llorente, Robin Koch. Looking at the players, they bought in a couple of flair players, man. What do you make of that? Hey, but one guy really, really impressive, Jack Harrison. Boy, oh boy, what a red that guy is.
I was about to say that.
But the man bun got to go, man. The man bun. Everybody's being spotted with the man bun.
Everyone in Leeds have man bun, is it?
Hey, you remember when we talking about Eberici and also Salah the same hairdo? They're trying to get confused.
Same bubble lah.
How come got man buns around? See, these are all the tricks.
Same membership card lah. But then, Cameron, what do you make of the transfer from this United? Anything that you are particularly impressed in or with?
I think they did quite well. Rodrigo, I mean, he's Spain's number one striker. Helder Costa and Jack Harrison really brings in with Rafinha.
Yep.
Robin Koch, if I'm right, I've heard about him. And Diego Llorente. Is it the same Llorente? I think.
No, not that Llorente that destroyed you guys. It's a different Llorente. but then judging by how they have actually played, I think the biggest worry we had, right, Maya and also Joe, remember we actually discussed this. It was the defensive act. We thought that, I also made a bold statement. If Leeds were to continue in that same fashion as they did against Liverpool, they will be down and out. They will be down and out before they knew it. But it seems that they have actually repaired the back. It seems like it's more stable right now. It has more structure to it. Against Man City, they should. I think again by narrative, they should have just crumbled a house of cards. They did not. They held up. So I think good positive signs, Steven. So if you look at, if you want Leeds to be down and out, I think that's wishful thinking. I think they will be up again.
No lah. I mean, in all honesty, they will not be down and out. I mean, they might surprise a few people here and there, but I just want to irritate the fans only. Just the fans. Nothing against them. I mean, in a nutshell, they bought good players.
Okay.
Yep.
Great. Well, lucky Diba came in with a bit of caveat. No, it's not the club, it's the fans. All right, good. Okay, Leicester, Timothy Castagna, Wesley Fofana, Mayor. What do you make?
No, I think they could. That's a very minimal transfer that I can see Leicester doing. They have a very good team already.
True.
It's just a backup players that actually they have to. But Timothy Castagna really fit in well with Leicester's team.
Yeah.
So, from the first game that he played, until now,
he spells FPL, man. He is FPL.
He is FPL. He is one to buy.
Must buy.
Yeah, he is one to buy. He is one to buy.
Okay.
Still thinking.
Wait, I got this up. Thanks, Warren. Guys, start the show earlier so more people can tune in. And last, especially on a Thursday. Dude, we usually we start on, or rather we start at 9, right, Joe? But today this is the last episode because next week we will not be broadcasting at all. International break. We also punch it, we also must take international break, right?
Yeah, man.
So that's why we knew for sure today we will go on a bit of an overrun. But thank you so much for chiming in, Vinesh. Thank you so much. But we usually start at 9. You know why? Because we feel that 8:30 again might be a bit too rushy for many people. Sometimes they just settle down, and I thought that 9 is actually a good time.
Look at this again.
But we'll look at it. Yep. Thank you so much for that. Let's go on to the next one. Let's see who we've got here. Liverpool. Qatar, come on, Qatar. Special guest for today.
The big signing was supposed to be Thiago. I mean, class player last, but remains to be seen. As with every transfer window, players come in, you get excited, but it always remains to be seen how they fit in. Jota looks not bad. He seems to have fit in quite well. Tsimikas, I honestly didn't know much about him before he arrived, but I watched him play a few preseason games. Looks quite athletic, quite athletic, can do up and down. I think they strengthened in just to give the squad a bit more depth. I think other than that, there was no big signings. Honestly, people are screaming out for new striker lah, new centre back lah, this and that lah. All wishful thinking lah, not gonna happen.
And also, for yourself, right? I've got a question for you. Looking at again the transfer activity, of course, the biggest one has been Thiago Alcantara. But does it actually beg for more, especially the defensive line? Because there were a lot of calls, right, for another backup for defender or even a goalkeeper for that matter.
No, I think it brings about, because Thiago, he's going to play the deep lying playmaker kind of role, right? I think the idea was always for Fabinho to fill in at centre back if needed, and he did so very impressively against Chelsea. I mean, prior to him arriving to Liverpool, when he was in Real Madrid, he was playing as a centre back. So he's an accomplished defensive-minded player lah. So you've got him. Matip, I don't quite like Matip, but we've got him as well. And then the other day, when we were playing Lincoln and also Arsenal, this Reece Phillips, this young boy, turned out from nowhere. I don't know where he came from.
Maurice Williams, is it?
Yeah, Reece Williams, correct.
Reece Williams.
Yeah, that's
He's,
right, yeah.
he's not bad, man.
Reece-
Yeah, he's
Reece
not
Williams.
bad. I was
Yeah,
very
he looks
impressed
the
by
part.
him.
He looks the part. Yeah.
The fella is
So,
taller
as
than
always,
Van Dijk,
Klopp always has this one or two boys, and then that giant of a young boy, the Billy.
He's boy.
Billy
I
Cometteo.
don't know what he makaning at home.
This guy got
Overdeveloped.
Hey,
If
Joe,
he's him at 17,
Yeah.
I want to see what's he at 21.
Joe, you should take a look at him. I think this guy is suffering from a growth spurt,
I think so.
but on the other end of the spectrum, a bigger one.
He's just going bigger and bigger.
Creating long wings.
But Carter,
No, I
judging
saw
by
the
your
two
tone, you're
photos,
happy.
He was taller than Van Dijk,
Yeah, he know he
Yeah.
is.
He is.
But it seems like right now what I can actually infer, Carter, you are happy and satisfied with.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I always like to see young boys come up. So I think getting too many players into the squad hampers the development of young boys. I'm actually quite sad to see Rian go. I was hoping that he would stay. Yeah, so I was quite
Yeah.
sad to see him go. But that means that there are other young boys who will come through. And I'm always very excited to see these boys.
I think Rian is more like a glorified loan. He's got a buyback clause for 3 that's valid for 3 years. So
Yeah.
if he does well, Liverpool might buy him back. Fella's good.
Michael Edwards screwed another team over, basically.
Yeah.
He's just throwing teams in the Premier League. Look at Palace, they are crying every day. Mamadou Sakho.
All right, another one, Manchester City. Pablo Moreno, Ferran Torres, Nathan Ake, Scott Carson, and also Ruben Diaz. Of course, the biggest signing has been Ruben Diaz. I'll go with Joe for this. Joe, how impressed are you with the activity from your blue half of Manchester? Or do you think they could have done more, actually?
Another defender. Crap. Here we go again. Pep. Check Pep. As always. I mean, he's becoming a fraud, bro. But then again, City needs defenders.
Yeah.
He has to fix this. Is Nathan Ake the answer? No, I don't think so. But Ruben Diaz might be the answer together with Laporte. He looked actually really good against Leeds. I watched the game. So he played really, really well. Looking at Manchester City, I think this is not how they go for shopping usually, but pretty decent. I think Pep was looking at the defenders this time, and he got them. He got the players he wanted, Torres and all. After all, I think it's a good transfer window for him.
And do you think, Joe, again, with all these activities, or rather the transfer done, is this actually good, or is it sufficient enough for them to mount a title comeback or a challenge?
I think even without these players, bro, they do have enough depth in their team right now. So this is just to add more spice into the team, more competition into the team, to say that, hey, if you don't start to perform, I have players that can replace you immediately. So it is what it is. Yep.
All right. Cool. And Joe, stay where you are because it seems like the next one is still yours. All right. Donny Van de Beek, Alex Telles, Edison Cavani, Facundo Pellistri. And then also you actually signed another player,
Ahmad Traore.
Ahmad Stokin.
Ahmad.
Oh, Ahmad Traore. I thought Ahmad Stokin.
Yes.
Ahmad Stokin is a comedian of Singapore. Hey, wait, you're laughing, what?
Lucky never say Ahmad Albab, bro.
Okay. Wait, this one inside joke. This one should have never come out, okay? But then again, I want to start first. Point of contention. Edison Cavani. A lot of people, many of United fans, they actually have to come up with a lot of stats to justify this signing. But I think from a neutral perspective, this guy has been on the shelf for the past 8 months. Nobody went near him. He tried for a move to Atletico. They didn't want him because of his the pay package. And then he went to Benfica. And then now he has arrived at Old Trafford. Suddenly, he is the next Messiah. What do you have to say about Edison Cavani first? You guys are clutching at straws, man.
10 million agent fee.
Yeah, 10 million agent fee. Come on, Joe. Say your piece.
I think I'll wrap this up really fast. I'll wrap this up really fast. No issues. I think a lot of people are going to hunt me down for this.
Okay.
El Tigre, give to the club. Everybody else
Akau.
go, whoa, it's going back.
Joe, don't use nickname lah. El Tigre, El Caso, El Cotol. Say the name of the player lah.
That's how they introduce Cavani. El Matador.
Oh, okay, El Matador. Boom.
Ito Matador. So, the thing is,
Jangan kamu El Water Pistol.
Marcel came in. He did shit. I don't know why people are going crazy over Cavani. I might be eating my words in December, I don't know. So I hope, in my words, I hope Cavani performs. But Cavani is not the player that we need right now. Definitely not. And looking at Telles, that was one position we definitely need to fix it. I love that, definitely. And looking at the young players, Pelestri and Traore, like what Kadir said, we need young bloods in this club right now. And looking at our young players, it's not looking that good right now. So with these two bright youngsters, it seems like the club feels that,
Steven is ready to go, man. I can hear him breathing down my neck. He wants to say something.
I'll let him have his space, but he's not going to talk about that.
He's sharpening up his claws, man. Come on, Steven, go on. The whole because you were explaining, right? And then Steven was coming, he was standing up. He just was standing up his posture, and then you hear his breathing. I'm like,
No, I just want to say 4 names lah, okay? Diego Forlan, Falcao, Angel Di Maria, Alexis Sanchez. What do they all have in common?
South American.
And they were flops.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it, Steven.
That's
so
it.
much effort just to come up with 4 names.
Just this 4 name.
You're really rock star.
I'll back to this one. Leave Folland out of that. I think Folland is too good.
Okay.
But the other 3, yes. Falcao. The thing is, the fans went crazy with Falcao. I didn't like it, and people hit me hard. And now it's Cavani. I'm like,
The comment.
Yeah, and then more than 15 goals this season by Tristan. You all laugh. I'm coming back.
Yeah,
to this.
guys. If you guys are wondering, these are the guys that have against it now.
Cavani is Falcao 2.0. Yeah, true, man. Zlatan would have been a better signing at 38 years old. I thought Joel don't rate Ahmad. Hey, bro, you don't. Which Ahmad? Wait. Mark, there's a lot of Ahmad in Joel's contact book. Which Ahmad?
The thing is, Mark, I did not rate the individual players. I did not think they're going to come in and make a bomb. I just said, God, Kadir said, we need young players. Okay, we need young players to build the team. That's it. So if you want to look back, Mark, look back at the video and repeat and hear again.
And then, whoa, this is a new guy. Rajbil, Hundal. Falcao came after a horrific injury, not a fair comparison. But hey, cool, Rajbil, right after United, he went to Chelsea. It was the same story. It wasn't anything wonderful for us to speak about. In fact, if you ask a Chelsea guy, they would have probably forgotten about Falcao. Right?
Yep.
And then Di Maria flop led the league in assist.
Huh?
Okay. It seems like we cannot touch United, bro. Because if not, I have to run for another 1 hour. I cannot afford that, right? But okay, lastly, just to wrap this up, Joel, are you happy and satisfied with United's transfer? I know for sure you are not, right?
There's nothing to be happy or sad, bro. Let's move on now. That's it.
Salty. Why so salty?
Hey, okay. After this, we go out, okay? All right. Yeah, Newcastle, Kamarul, Mark, relax. With the most relaxed phone. Apa lagi? What are you talking about?
Callum Wilson.
Okay,
Ryan Fraser.
Okay, that's what I want to give it. To Kamarul. Kamarul, run through the list quickly. Ryan Fraser, Jamal Lewis, Callum Wilson. Hey, not bad.
Jeff Hendrick.
Really?
No.
Jeff
Hendrick.
Okay, so much
Very good.
stick given to Mike Ashley, and this is the list that he came up with. He should stay for another 10 more years. Right? Who needs when we have Mike Ashley? Look at I think that's not signing per se. You know, the signings that they make is absolutely functional. It's what they need. Jeff Hendrick.
They clearly raided Bournemouth, yeah. For all the provider and the guy who finishes everything.
Oh yeah,
they just took both of them one package.
This is what happened when man goes to shopping or goes for shopping. We buy everything from the same store.
But I mean, I want to touch on like Jamal Lewis lah. Lewis. I mean, Max Irons, you guys, if I'm right, he went to Germany. If I'm right.
Huh? Yeah. Has he moved?
Yeah. I'm right. He went off to Germany. Okay. Then Ben Godfrey is in.
Ben Godfrey, Everton.
Right?
Yeah, Everton bought.
So somebody actually kind of like everyone kind of slowly noticed that Norwich did have quite a good defense. You know,
Yep.
I mean, even for us, Liverpool wanted to get Max Aarons or Jamal Lewis.
Jamal
Either
Lewis
one.
as well. Yeah, didn't happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
They were
So-
after Jamal Lewis. Yeah.
I think I know. Judging by the signings made, right, Mia, I think we should actually now put some respect to Newcastle's name. I'm just maybe I'm not saying that they might push the bubble for Europa spot, but they might just be the guy who will always be there looking around. I think so. For
Well,
Newcastle.
looking at this season of EPL is totally a different ball game, man.
It is,
Totally
it
a
is.
different ball game.
No, I agree.
Anything can happen after this. What do you call that? This international break.
Mhm.
I'm really not sure. Actually, like you mentioned about my predictions gone wrong whatsoever. It's totally different. different. Yeah, you can laugh about it now. I can predict it. Just for the record, guys, I'm still 2-0 leading Napshot. Okay. 3-0, you know. Okay, but I'm still holding. Okay,
That's the
is
only
it?
thing that's keeping him alive right now.
Okay.
He's leading us 2-0.
Until you are this same level with me, then come and talk to daddy, okay?
Okay lah, fair enough.
If you start talking to me through Instagram, maybe I can say lah. Don't go on.
Joe,
Joe, Instagram is after the show, Joe.
Joe, the last thing I want to call Mia is daddy. It sounds so wrong on so many levels. So scandalous. All right, let's go on to the next one quickly. Sheffield United. Also another guy that we actually placed as candidate for the relegation battle. Looking at the transfer made, look, wow, that's not impressive at all, man. Ethan Ampadu, Ryan Brewster, Ismaila Koulibaly,
Yep.
Aaron Ramsdale,
Fake Koulibaly.
Koulibaly. What do you make, David?
I thought Sheffield United, initially, like the initial stages, I thought they did a good replacement for Henderson, who left, by getting in Ramsdale. Because Ramsdale was one of the standout players for Bournemouth last season. But watching Sheffield United play, and I think a lot of teams have figured out how they play.
Yeah.
Their fullbacks actually attack. You can see their fullback actually playing as a striker.
They do.
John Egan and all. I think they've realized how Sheffield United plays. So it's going to be tough for them to replicate what they did last season, let alone try to survive this season. Honestly, it's very difficult for my prediction. If you're going to ever do that, would be honestly, with no hard feelings, Fulham, West Brom, Sheffield United, or Burnley. Either one of these four will go down.
True.
Yeah.
Completely agree with you, man. No, I completely agree, because the thing is, like you mentioned, they have been found out. There's always one way of playing, and this might be the same second season syndrome that they are feeling right now. True.
Yeah.
All right. Southampton, quickly, probably we get the thoughts of Qatar again on this. Southampton, your favorite shopping center for Liverpool.
We are partly to blame that they are, getting players like Theo Walcott now. I think that was an interesting signing. Theo Walcott going back to Southampton after 16 years, is it? Something like that, right?
Yeah.
It remains to be seen what's going to happen to him. I was watching some YouTube videos that he's sitting at home doing nothing much. Patrice Evra was hanging out with him. So it'll be interesting to see whether he can revive his career. But Southampton as a unit, I think they're quite an impressive side. Every time I watch them play, they always surprise me. So, that ability to lose players and then keep replenishing, and then they are somehow, I put them down for at least a mid-table this season.
Mid-table. Okay, there you go from Qatar, mid-table. Kamaru for Tottenham.
Whoa.
But before, what do you make? A lot of signing. Another club that was really busy, and I really think if it's not, I would say Chelsea had the best. I think for me, if I'm a betting man, I'll place it on Tottenham. I thought they had the best transfer. If only they could have actually pushed for another centre back over the line, that would be a perfect time point then, right? But then again, hey, this is not too shabby of a shout. What do you make right now with all this signing, Cameroon, that they have? Some of them really interesting, especially you talk about Sergio Reguilon, Matt Doherty, Gareth Bale. Bale is back. And then this new guy, Carlos Vinicius. Finally, they are replacing all those loose ends right now. Is this enough for them to push for that coveted spot in the Champions League?
I mean, other than the rest of the names, right? I think the odd one out is actually Joe Hart, lah. I mean, I don't get it. Like, why is he back there? Why is he there?
Yep. Because they have, I think they have a very good reserve goalkeeper, Gazzaniga, right?
Yeah.
He's very good.
And Liverpool is asking for him.
We are looking at him.
But yeah, again,
Right.
Cameron, what do you make of their activity and how far can they push right now?
Sergio Reguilon is a very good buy. Matt Doherty covers the right side. Him on the left. Like I said, Højbjerg, Southampton losing Højbjerg is a really big loss, lah.
Mm.
But
So,
I'm kind of suspect on Gareth Bale. Like I really don't know whether really Mourinho kind of sanctioned for this Gareth Bale to come back to Tottenham, because he's not that kind of player who, Mourinho like to use. Like that's the thing.
Interesting.
But surprisingly, I mean, the revitalization of like Lamela, and then he kind of froze out. If you notice, he froze out Dele Alli for quite a few games.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think just to see whether you're committed to the cause or not.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he wants Dele Alli to show that he really wants to play for Tottenham. Because he before the start of the season with the transfer window, I think there's a couple of Italian clubs approaching him. So that's the reason you see that he was very excited. Dele Alli was getting very excited about it. So Mourinho pulled onto the brakes and I said, okay, since you are reacting like this, I want to see. But he has mentioned that Dele Alli has shown professionalism, even though all those things happen. So that's why he wants Dele Alli to fight for the place.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so Mayor, right now I think you always wax lyricals about Tottenham surprise package. What is surprise package in your definition? Champions League?
Oh, definitely they are looking into that, definitely, because Jose Mourinho is one person who actually will love to play Champions League. Mind game, tactical, everything, all about Jose Mourinho parking the bus during the Champions League in the last 16.
He is made for Champions League, huh?
He is made for Champions League. If you watch the latest docu-series on Netflix about all the coaches,
yes, that one, the one he cried, right? When he
watch that show. If you guys love football, it's all about all the sports in the world, whatever they interviewed. Watch how they interviewed Jose Mourinho.
Oh yeah.
And what he did during that particular Champions League game, that he actually was banned from the field.
Into the laundry
He
basket.
hit inside the laundry basket. They push him into the level, and the laundryman locked the thing.
Yeah. Oh, what a documentary, man! It's hard.
What a docu-series, man! Oh man, I tell you, watch that.
What's the title?
It's called the
Manager's Playbook.
Playbook.
Coach's Playbook.
Playbook guide. I think Playbook guide. I think Coach Playbook guide, something like that.
Playbook.
It's really good. Kamaru, you should check it out.
Fantastic, and I think,
You should watch
but Jose Mourinho and Spurs will be there definitely for Champions League.
Wow,
That's Stranger Things, eh?
statement. Okay, we're done with our last three. Guys, West Brom. Even I think it's apt that you take this up.
Actually, West Brom, to be very honest, if you see Matthews Pereira and Grady Diangana, right, I think they were good signing. Matthews Pereira was on loan last season, and it's a good thing that they made him permanent. Grady Diangana, you can even see Mark Noble of West Ham wasn't happy that he had to be, he left.
Yeah.
So that's a good buy. Caleb Robinson, I think he's got the potential to just score here and there, but overall, I haven't really seen West Brom games this season, so I don't know how they are performing. But based on how the scoreline has been, I have them down for relegation, but it'll be good to have them in the league, so at least got more Midlands derby with Wolves and them. Yeah, I mean,
You were waiting for Birmingham, right?
Oh gosh, smash those blue scums. Idiots, assholes.
Kamarul, why do you bring that up, Kamarul? Why do you bring that up?
He purposely provoked him.
You saw the instant turn of film or not? Blue scum bastards. Everything within 1 second. Wonderful.
But yeah.
Miracle, man. West Ham United, Thomas Tuchel, Osama Ashley, Vladimir Kufa. Ooh. I thought they needed more than that. But they, of course, I think for them, it's more of actually selling many of their top stars.
Yep.
It's not so much of buying, but they actually have to release a lot of deadwood. I think they just did with Felipe Anderson as well, I mean.
Yep. He went to Benfica, was it? Benfica, Porto?
I think.
Porto on loan, yeah. But this one that we have to talk about is Jack Wilshere.
Oh, yeah. Still released, yeah.
Yeah, contract terminated by mutual consent.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well,
but then
your Arsenal player as well.
I think
don't know why.
I think up to date, the best contribution from Jack Wilshere was when we actually celebrated the FA Cup on top of the open bus parade, and then he took the mic. I just got one question for you guys and one question only. What do you think of Tottenham? Up to date, that has been his best contribution. Okay,
Yeah.
So, all right, let's move on to the last one. Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Ooh, I like
Come
these
on, Katel.
signings.
All
Okay,
right. I mean,
Let's close the night. Let's close the night with Katel for today.
I think
Ooh,
Fabio
come on.
Silva was a good one. I think that fellow will add quite a bit of depth to them. Keanu Hoover was a surprising one. Again, Michael Edwards screwed them over. I think they paid 10 million for this boy. I think he's 17, I think.
Yep.
Seems like he has a bit of huge potential, but I think I trust their manager. He knows what he's doing. He strengthens where he needs to strengthen. He had to let go of some players, and then you can see that he's already got a nice system in place. I think they will do well one more time this season. But it's interesting to see their commitments in Europe as well.
Great point. Maya, you got anything to say about Wolf before we wrap things up?
I only like Nelson Semedo. They're signing Nelson Semedo, a
Semedo.
very good,
Yeah.
very good Portuguese player.
Yep.
Very good friend with Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm sure that he will actually flourish inside this Nuno Espirito's team. I tell you, he will.
And they managed to cling on to Jimenez.
Oh,
Yeah.
Another big one.
Yeah.
Yep. But Joe, 3 hours later, we are finally done, man. My wife has been bugging me. Why is the show today longer than usual?
Yeah.
And you know why? A lot to go through. It's not every day that you have 7-2, 6-1. Right? It's not a normal occurrence that you have even so happy.
Yeah,
Coming
man.
out.
It's not a normal occurrence where an Aston Villa fan is upset with a Leeds United fan. Why are you all fighting? No, so far away, no.
You know, bro. Do you know where it started now, bro? It all started last season when Villa, or the season before when we were in the championship, and Villa and Leeds drew 1-1.
Okay.
When Bielsa told the Villa Leeds team to give Villa their goal because of that whole controversy, and from then on, the Leeds fans have been saying, "Oh, Villa doesn't deserve to get promoted." They didn't see that we won 10 games in a row before that. No, they only saw that one match. Then what happened last season? Oh, Sheffield United saved you. Yeah, I mean, yes, they did save us. I mean, that their goal line technology, fair enough. I'm not saying no, but we were robbed off against Crystal Palace and Arsenal as well last season. But then they went on and on and on. You know, it's just got to a point where I'm like, you know what? I can even tahan the West Brom fans lah.
From a new perspective, I never knew this existed.
Yeah, it's because of it ever since that particular incident that season in the championship. Yeah.
Against Arsenal.
Another hour. We need one more hour for this.
Yeah,
I think the next time you guys call a Leeds fan, right, it's gonna be. I think you need someone to be a mediator.
Sorry, make it happen.
Let's make this happen. The next we will
Make
bring
it
the
happen.
thing. And people I would love to see what's going on. I'll be the mediator, the worst mediator ever.
But guys, I really had a lot of fun. Really a lot of fun. Kotel, I hope this will not be your last time. You see, what an introduction for me, man. First episode, straight away, we asked him to work for 3 hours.
What do I collect? Mate, tadi?
No, don't worry. Later we'll come to you. No, delivery is still on, bro. No problem. But Kotel, it's been an absolute pleasure, man, buddy, to
Thank
have
you so
you
much,
on
guys,
board.
for having me.
I was actually saving him for the Merseyside derby. But lo and behold, someone actually contacted him. So there is a saying, right, Mayor, all roads leads to Rome, but this time all roads leads to Qatar.
Yeah, but I'm a bit afraid for the derby. To be honest, I'm very nervous.
You are okay. Don't worry. Okay, what we
Cannot
did,
write
right?
for me.
Because what we will have a preview, the Merseyside derby review. So check out for
Will
that.
do.
So we have that right now in our pipeline. We get 2 Liverpool fans to go head to head against Evertonians. Another 2 of them. So and then of course it's going to be a more structured question, not your free loose debate. So questions like who is the better manager right now, Carlo Ancelotti or Jurgen Klopp? Because right now I feel like with the current standing of the Merseyside teams, there is a conversation to be had. Finally, it's fair balance. You got good managers on board, you got good players on board, so I think it makes for really a good debate. All right, so look out for that one. And also, Joe, as we know, next week no show at all. No show at all. We're taking a 1 week break, but not to worry. We will still keep on entertaining you guys. We will drop 2 videos that we pre-recorded this time. Again, asking really silly questions about which manager getting the sack first. In our own humble opinion, that was short last week. You see, I'm about a shade darker, but we had absolutely a good time doing it. So that will come out next week. But then we will be back. Mayor, thank you so much. I hope this is not the last time that you come up with us. Even if next time, promise us, next time, even if you lose, if it's a battery, please, at least reply our message.
reply messages, all right?
Busy.
Banyak punya busy. And then after that,
Thank you so much, Perez. Deeper as well.
power, even power, man of the
Calling today.
everything out, everything.
Guns blazing out, man.
Today he will sleep like a baby. Everything out, bro. He will sleep
I feel like a huge relief off my chest, my head, everything is like maybe that's why I've had sleepless night the past week or so,
Told
like
you,
2-3
told
weeks.
you. Told you, big focus is the therapy method. It's therapy method, bro.
But in any case, thank you for having me once again. It's a pleasure talking to you guys, and Kadir, Kamarul, nice seeing you guys as well. And you too, Mayor.
Cameron, I know you're waiting to go to sleep because you've been on the bed for the longest time. Now, finally, you can go to bed. Okay, bro, I will release you. But we really appreciate your effort. From us, Joe, also, no, you are. Okay. But this is me, Anori, Party Time, Joel, Mayor from Napshot Studio with all our guests. Love you all so much. See you all in a fortnight time. Keep
Thank
it locked,
you.
baby. Napshot Studio. Bye-bye.